Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. We are just so thrilled to have you for Impact Pitch 2024. My name is Travis Mayfield, and I have, if you've done this before, you may have seen me before as well. I've had the pleasure of being the Master of Ceremonies a number of years here. This is one of the organizations that has my heart, and I just love this event. For accessibility purposes, I want to offer a self-description. So I am a white man. I am 5'6". I am wearing at this moment actually the same tie that's in that picture, which is by random coincidence. I have a mustache and a little bit of an unshaven beard. My pronouns are he and him. Business Impact Northwest is dedicated to fostering businesses that create jobs and enrich communities, of course, where we live and where we work. And tonight, we get to do something so cool. We're going to celebrate the culmination of this 5-month competition, this grueling process. Well, it's a lot of fun, actually. 97 businesses showcasing their entrepreneurial drive and their passion for growth. So we are proud to introduce you to our 11 amazing finalists. Each contestant will stand right here, and they will do something incredibly brave. They're going to pitch to you and to our judges, and then they're going to stand for questions, a Q&A session with our esteemed judges. It is an exciting evening, and you are in for a real treat. A total of $36,000 in prizes has already been awarded throughout this competition, and tonight, $6,000 each will be on the line for the grand prize winners in our categories: startup, early stage, and established business categories. And we also have a bonus, a $1,000 award for the top voted marketing video. So you, here in the facility right now, and the virtual attendees, folks watching from home, abroad, wherever, online, you can vote during the intermission. So stay tuned, because the winners will be announced after our live pitches. But right now, let's just celebrate entrepreneurship and really cheer on the incredible businesses who are here tonight. So let's just do that, shall we? And let's make it loud. I also want to say a special thank you to Megan Snyder, VP of Strategic Partnerships and Portfolio Management at Unitas Community Credit Union, and a valued Business Impact Northwest board member. They're actually, the Unitas team and Megan are hosting a watch party, and this is happening in Tigard, Oregon. So cool this is happening. This is Business Impact Northwest staff as well. They're going to cheer on the finalists from Oregon as well. So we're so grateful for the amazing support Megan and Unitas and the entire team in Oregon watching in Tigard this evening. Also, we'd love for everyone here at home to support our Business Impact Northwest mission tonight. So you can do that in a number of ways. Here's the QR code if you are watching from home. Also, if you have one of the, and I was supposed to bring it up, they even gave me a prop and I didn't, I'm really sorry. But if you have one of the brochures, on the back of it is a QR code, and you can scan that. Every contribution, big or small, makes a really big impact in helping uplift small businesses in our community. So go ahead and scan that code, make a donation, please, and thank you for being part of tonight. Now, one more important reminder: make sure that your mobile phone or your device is silenced or in silent mode if you can, just so that we don't have any interruptions tonight. We want this to be special and beautiful, and we all want to be here for it. Now, I'd like to introduce the folks who are going to decide how tonight goes for a lot of folks. Let's let the judges introduce themselves. If we could start here and work our way down the line, that would be fantastic.
Hello, I am Cameron Hudson, owner of Dream Team Junk Removal, last year's winner, and thank you. I am a black, bald-headed man, wearing a blue shirt, looking good, and my pronouns is him.
All right. I am Jamise Harkley, Chief Community Engagement Officer for Harborstone Credit Union. I'm a black woman. I'm 5'6". I'm wearing a black shirt. My pronouns are she, her, and I wish my pockets were as long as Oprah's.
That's excellent. Hello, my name is Chris Bloomquist. I'm representing the Katie Hall Foundation. My day job is actually, I'm the co-founder of the Talent Mine, a recruitment firm. I'm a 5'9" white male. I'm wearing a tan sports jacket. Pronouns are he and him. And like many of you, I'm actually a fellow entrepreneur and startup founder. So thank you for having me.
Let's give the judges a round of applause. All right, let's just get right into it, shall we? Let's start with our startup and idea stage business. Is everyone ready? Yes. Fantastic. All right, let's start with Nicole Thurman and Erica Weiland with Water Bear Bike Repair LLC. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Bike Repair is a collectively owned shop specializing in repairing electric bikes for families and commuters and providing high-quality service for all bikes.
Our unique strength is our deep expertise in electric cargo bikes, backed by 59 years of combined bike repair experience.
Having worked together at G&O Family Cyclery, we have built a strong sense of trust in our community. We will fill the gap from G&O's closing by providing dependable service for cargo and electric family bikes.
By promoting sustainable transportation, we're helping reduce Seattle's carbon footprint and fostering a more bike-friendly community.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica Weiland. I'm a 5'10" white cisgender woman with short brown hair and red glasses. I'm wearing a red flannel shirt and gray pants.
And my name is Nicole Thurmond. I am a 5'11", 47-year-old white transgender woman. I have long brown hair styled in a side cut. I am wearing a black collegiate sweatshirt and dark blue denim jeans. Good afternoon. We're Water Bear Bike Repair, a team of expert mechanics providing specialized service for electric and family cargo bikes here in Seattle. Today, I'll share how we're filling a crucial gap in our biking community. In January, G&O Family Cyclery, Seattle's only shop for electric family bikes, closed, leaving nearly 1,000 families without a reliable repair option. In the last 18 months, 6 other shops closed as well, leaving electric bike owners with very few alternatives in the city. With e-bike sales projected to grow 31% annually, and Washington State set to offer e-bike rebates soon, many new electric bikes will soon hit the streets. We're stepping in to fill the gap. We're Seattle's most experienced mechanics for electric family bikes. We specialize in Bosch and Shimano mid-drive systems, the gold standard for reliability and safety. Our team has 59 years of combined experience and a reputation for friendliness and integrity built at our time at G&O. What makes us special isn't just the technical skill, though. It's the trust we've built in the community. Before I joined these folks at G&O, I was asking a friend of mine, he is a senior member at another respected bike shop here in Seattle, it's called BikeWorks. I asked him what he thought about the mechanics at G&O, and he told me there are only 2 shops in Seattle that I recommend to people, my own shop and G&O. That kind of respect from our peers shows the relationships that we've built and the high standard that we uphold. So our revenue will come from 2 streams, bike repairs and part sales. We'll focus on long-term relationships through regular maintenance, ensuring repeat business. OEM parts and accessories for electric family bikes are essential and high quality, making them a key revenue driver. We'll select an accessible location with space for a well-organized workshop, parts storage, and a welcoming customer area. We'll reach out to former G&O customers and partner with local biking groups to attract new ones. By focusing on servicing rather than selling bikes, we keep startup costs low and can adapt quickly to demand. With Seattle's bike repair market shifting, there's a growing need for service. S&P Global projects 31% annual growth in e-bike sales through 2028, while non-electric sales decline. Our reputation gives us a competitive edge in this city, with a loyal customer base that trusts us for specialized high-quality service, and with many more e-bikes expected, the demand for expert repair keeps growing. Our team of 5 co-owners is one of our greatest strengths. With years of experience running G&O's service department together, we bring proven decision-making and complementary expertise that lets each of us focus on what we do best. This strong collaboration kept G&O's customers coming back year after year, and we're excited to bring that same service to Water Bear. In year 1, we'll start with 1 or 2 mechanics to keep costs low as we establish our customer base. We project 1,000 services in year one, generating 158K, and plan to double revenue in year two by expanding our team and marketing to new customers. By year three, we expect over 2,000 services and 380K in revenue. While traditional bike repair is seasonal, electric family bikes are used year-round and need year-round maintenance. Before I close, I'd like to share why we chose the name Water Bear Bike Repair. The tardigrade, or water bear, is one of the toughest organisms on the planet. It can survive extreme conditions, seemingly die, and come back to life. That's the spirit we embody. After G&O Family Cyclery closed, we came back stronger, ready to support the biking community in Seattle once again. Water Bear Bike Repair represents resilience, dedication, and the belief that no matter what comes our way, we'll be here to keep Seattle rolling. Thank you.
My first question is the community impact. Maybe I missed it, but what do you guys do for the community?
Yeah, so the family biking community is a growing one through the city. These are people who use their bikes for transportation to get their kids to and from school. These are people who don't want to drive a car everywhere, don't want to take the bus everywhere, want a mode of transportation that allows them to get where they want to go when they want to get there. And this is a passionate and growing community of people that we've been serving in our previous place of employment, and that we're excited to keep serving, and also just growing that community, increasing people's excitement for bicycling, and also creating a really welcoming, inclusive space for bicycling, which is something that some shops lack.
So the short answer is our community is our customers, but we're also empowering people to get out of their cars and ride bikes, and that's helping all of us. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask about pricing. What does it cost? I saw you all's growth plan for your revenue, but what does it cost the average person to have that service from you all?
Yeah, so we don't have our exact prices worked out yet. We're not in operation yet. But typically a full service for an electric cargo bike is a little more intensive than other kinds of bikes. The bikes are bigger. They have some parts that get worn down faster.
They're car replacements.
Yeah, they're car replacements. So people are riding them a lot more. So a typical service would be we're talking ballpark for an electric cargo bike, $300-ish. That's compared to a conventional bike service, which we also plan to offer some conventional bike services to be a part of our community and growing bicycling for all bicyclists in whatever location we are, would be around $200.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My question's kind of around a gap you're filling in the market that also seems like a concern. You mentioned, I think, once that there's several closures of other bike shops that you're trying to fill that gap. My concern would be, why are there closures in this market? And what's driving those closures, and how will you avoid that yourselves?
Yeah, it's a fair question.
Yeah, great question. So the reason, so we know a few reasons why some of the other shops in the city have closed. One, there have been people who've been in business for a long time, and they were just ready to move on. Those inevitable closures and shifts in the market do just create more opportunities for other shops. There was also a sort of boom and bust in the bike market starting in 2020 with the pandemic. A lot of people looking to get outside, move around, and enjoy the outdoors. And that affected some shops in a way where they were overextended with the boom in bike sales. And then there was kind of a bust when the market for selling bikes has kind of dropped off in the last couple of years. And that's led to some other closures. Our strength here is that we are working on repairs. So no matter what, if people aren't buying new bikes, they still need their old bikes to be repaired. And repair is really a strong value for us. We want these bikes to keep running as long as possible because they provide such value to their owners.
20-second piece of clarity there. So a lot of the shops that went out of business were both selling bikes and repair, not just repair shops, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Focused primarily on selling, honestly.
Right,
Yeah.
right, thank you. Just right time.
We made it.
All right.
Thank you
all
so
so
much.
much.
Hi, I'm Montana, and like many folks,
That's all right. We'll just keep moving on. Thank you very much to Nicole Thurman and Erica Weiland with Water Bear Bike Repair LLC. I also wanted to quickly say, here it is. I got my prop on the back. That's where your QR code is, so scan that and make a donation. But now I'd like to welcome to the stage Montana Houston with Ruminate.
hi, I'm Montana, and like many folks, I'm overwhelmed by adulthood. It often feels like navigating a dense fog, full of uncertainty and hidden obstacles. That's why I created Ruminate. We're the guiding light cutting through that fog, offering clear, reflective, and research-backed advice for every step of the journey. By peers for peers, our information is relevant and adapts as quickly as life does. We're especially focused on supporting underrepresented and first-generation college student individuals who often face larger opportunity gaps in navigating the complexities of adulthood. From landing your first job to managing your finances, Ruminate empowers you to forge your own path. We're turning uncertainty into confidence, one young adult at a time.
Hi, my name is Montana Houston. I am a 5'7.5" Black woman with curly black hair, 3C4A for my people in the room. And I am wearing a few different shades of orange and white in my shirt, and I have white pants. Perfect. As you just saw, Ruminate is all about empowering young adults to thrive and really empower themselves through life milestones. To get started about what the problem is that we solve, allow me to start with one of the strongest tools of communication today, a meme. At 13, we're in school getting daily instruction whether we want it or not. But at 18, give or take, that all changes. Suddenly, we have to deal with taxes, navigate job interviews, and these wild laundry symbols. First of all, who created these? Second of all, who said, you know what this one clearly says? Tumble dry on low heat. If we're lucky, we have family to turn to for help, but many young people, especially those from marginalized communities, have even fewer resources and support to navigate it all. That's where Ruminate comes in, but we don't instruct, we empower. With our unique blend of reflective and research-backed information, we help the roughly 24,000 Washingtonians in our direct target market with the tools they need to conquer life. And more than that, according to NPR, 40% of Gen Z feel stressed or anxious about just their future most of the time. We're here to change that. What sets us apart is that we're shifting the broader coming-of-age culture from fending for self to fostering self with others. And we make an effort to break down the paywalls. Our target market faces higher debts, more discrimination, and fewer social bonds. So by giving them the information they need to succeed, we're helping level the playing field. That means more graduations, higher paying jobs, and increased overall well-being. We also minimize our environmental impact with our mostly paperless workshops and employ local young adults to stimulate our local economy. Our revenue streams include engaging in-person and online workshops, individual sales, and memberships. While we do offer some free content online just to address the vast need that exists, our paid services deliver deeper support and exclusive content. As we grow, we'll expand to include individualized coaching, longer form events, and merchandise. To reach our audience, our main partners are Seattle Public Schools, college prep organizations, and local events like job fairs. We'll also connect with our target market where they live, chronically online, and through programs or platforms such as Instagram. By building community through interactive content and personalized newsletters, we make it easy for the new customers we reach to want to return. I'm a one-woman show for now, but as a Seattle native, Gen Z founder, and first-generation college student, I bring lived experience and a burning passion to Ruminate. Also, I've honed my entrepreneurial skills, including through Business Impact Northwest Launch and Grow course, and have a diverse background, shout out, and have a diverse background to allow myself to confidently lead this organization. For our finances, as you can see, our projected sales climb up to reach the low 100,000s by year 3, and our cost of goods sold remain low across all 3 years. We already have 2 workshop contracts near signature, and as we secure more, our revenue exponentially increases more than our expenses. Even though we launched in May of this year, we're on track to hit our year 1 goals and expect to double our revenue by year 2. Data shows we can expect a similar upward trend for year 3. With our low direct costs, we achieve a gross profit margin of 96 cents, a 78% net profit margin, and 122% year-to-year growth. We are able to be financially sustainable and serve our target market without breaking their bank. We're currently working toward winning a government contract to bring Ruminate to schools. We're proud to have a pending OMWBE certification and to have a 2024 Community Impact Award. The prize money will help us secure and purchase essential customer experience technology, hire one-off writing support to increase our output, and develop new products to support even more young adults. Ruminate is more than a business. It's a movement to empower the next generation. We believe that with the right tools and support, every young adult can confidently navigate life milestones and build a brighter future. Thank you.
My question was, what is your market strategy? So like, what is your exact market?
Yes, so thank you for bringing this up. It was kind of quick in the video, but specifically we're in that 24,000 number that was showing in the presentation is BIPOC, first gen, and low to moderate income, no more than 150,000. And so we are ideally satisfying all 3 of those criteria, but we also understand that this is a vast need. It's a silent struggle that folks who identify as just one of those things can still get the help, but we're especially trying to make sure the folks that need us most get those services.
So being in a member association, I've got a membership question for you.
Yeah.
What is your price for membership?
Yeah.
And what are the benefits that someone would receive in having a membership with this organization?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. So memberships would compose of getting additional resources that we provide to paid members, as well as just paid customers, whether it's one-off or not. And so IP is a big thing for us. We develop specific workshops and content to supplement everything that we provide information around. And so those are priced at $15 a month. And that actually is in market for our industry. Chegg is one of, not a direct competitor, but it is in that space of like college services. And they have a similarly priced $15 a month membership specifically for like tutoring services. And so we were able to see where are we aligned in that space. And in addition to that, they get exclusive content, they get first dibs at any events that we have. And so just really creating that brand loyalty.
Thank you. As the mother of a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old, I probably have some personal reasons for asking.
I love that. Yes, if you have friends, family, neighbors, please share the word.
Your passion's infectious. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
In terms of sustaining your business, so I think we get the market that you've defined quite well, right? It's BIPOC. I'm in school. I'm at a certain age and stage in my life. How will you get those customers to have continued loyalty through adulthood past the initial service you provide?
Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up. I think I'm a little too future oriented, so I was already thinking about like, how do we scale past this? 18 to 30 is really proven to be our second growth spurt developmentally, and so I really want to get this target market first, because I do think when we show how helpful we can be in helping people start planning their lives, they'll come back when we do eventually expand to mid-level careers, midlife. And even looking into how can we be earlier, like 18 is a really great age, but there are opportunities for high schoolers to learn budgeting. But I am a one-person show for now, so just starting in one segment, but I do want to expand beyond.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have 30 more seconds. You mind if I do another one real quick? So the other one is your space can be very highly competitive. There's a lot of like life coaches and people that do similar work. How do you differentiate your business compared to others in that field?
I love this question. Thank you. So there are a couple different answers to this. The first is that we really distinguish ourselves as a one-stop shop. So I mentioned Chegg as one of our competitors. Another is NerdWallet. Another is Refinery 29, which is under Vice Media, and then 2190, which is under Blavity. And so they have different specific goals within that space, but they also don't just cater to 18 to 30-year-olds. NerdWallet, for example, can be people who are reaching retirement age or teenagers. And so we really distinguish ourselves by being that 18 to 30 target market specifically, and they also do not focus on underrepresented folks who do have different experiences when we talk about wealth disparity and how can we really equalize that playing field. And so not only with the target market and the specific group that we specialize in, but our reflective approach is really important, where we're not just giving folks information, but we're taking the space and helping them hold space to figure out, how does it apply to you? Do you want to carry this into your life? And so that's really what's not existing. And if I wanted to learn about budgeting and like college professional help, I'd have to go to two different resources. And so we're one-stop shop.
Excellent answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're at time.
Yay! Thanks, everyone.
Montana Houston with Ruminate, thank you very much. And now let's bring Andrea Yeager with Above Par School of Driving to the stage.
Vehicle instructor in the United States Marine Corps, I sought to find my community and settled into Liberty Lake, Washington. I recognized the need for an in-person driving school that could not only teach strong foundational skills, but also address the unique challenges of today's driving technologies. At Above Par School of Driving, we cater to a diverse population, offering services for everyone from novice drivers to the elderly and disabled, with full Spanish services available. Our goal is to create a safe, supportive, interactive environment where all learners can thrive and navigate the roads confidently. By focusing on individual learning styles and community needs, we're preparing the next generation of safe drivers, one lesson at a time.
Hi there. I am 5'11", white female with brown eyes, hair, wearing a black sweater, black pants, and a green and blue blouse. My name is Andrea Yeager, and I'm here today to share with you my passion about Above Par School of Driving. Honestly, I am probably more nervous than a student driver the first time behind the wheel. Last year, my nephews asked me to help them jump through the hoops of getting their licenses. Due to lengthy wait lists and unavailable resources, they had aged out of the requirement for mandatory driver's education. Isn't that crazy? You wait so long that you don't have to wait anymore. Since 2020, when the world went online, this was no exception. Majority of these businesses maintain this learning style. Although it may be useful to some, it is not beneficial to all. The desperate need for driving schools is causing stress on pre-existing schools and an overwhelming demand for new ones. I am qualified because I spent 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, training Marines to safely operate vehicles as if their lives depended on it. To be able to look back at this time, there was never a greater job than teaching the importance of being a safe vehicle operator, not just overseas, but in our community. Having spent the last year in school getting my own certifications, learning different laws, regulations, and requirements, I found that, did you know the minimum requirement for driver's education is 30 hours? How do you teach a lifetime of skill and positive decision-making in 30 hours? For 8 years, I've been building relationships with a community I already serve through my love of flowers as a florist. I've had the luxury to listen and hear them I've had time to build relationships, understanding the complexities and different family dynamics, values, and lifestyles. At above par, we are making this a family and a community affair. We test each student for their unique learning style and have materials designed for each, including games, hands-on activities, and tools to simulate theoretical events. We are including all roadway users. You may laugh, but the biggest struggle in our community is golf carts. With the rising number of deaths associated with vehicle crashes due to distracted driving, road rage, impairment, and ever-changing traffic, we want to play a role in understanding safe, defensive driving practices, making sure that I never have to sit down with a family and plan their funeral flowers for their child. Our lessons include engaging with people from both bicycle groups, tow trucks, law enforcement, and being involved within the schools, churches, and community. Too many things need to be taught, and it's important to create materials that create connections and capture the hearts and minds of these students so that they have the knowledge and emotional intelligence to make the right decision, even in gray area situations. It takes special understanding to know the law of physics, and Murphy are always in play. There are many more faces. There are many more faces that I can put on this slide, but this is the gentleman I'd like you to meet. His name is Adon, and he is my business partner and co-instructor. He is the man with the plan to turn our curriculum into Spanish. As a father of two, he is very familiar with the language barriers, struggles, and frustrations that he wants to provide equal opportunity for better driver's education. Our revenue streams include novice, adult, and Spanish instruction. Smaller streams include written and driving tests, adult and disabled safety checks for already licensed drivers. Our costs include fuel, building, vehicle insurance, wages, and advertising. At full capacity for our classes, we'll have revenue of $30,000 every 5 weeks. Our price for our class is $750 per student, with a maximum of 10 students per class and 4 classes running at a time. The net profits being $10,000. We have adopted goals for our money profits. We've adopted goals for our money. We'll be saving for 3 months of expenses, saving for new vehicles and the latest tools, features, and technology. We will also be offering scholarships to drivers who maintain good standing licenses when they graduate high school. We are on track to open in early November of this year. We have won a Community Impact Award during this competition, which we are so thankful to have used for some of our startup costs to include inebriation goggles to teach the value of not drinking and driving. This is just one of many tools we'll have in our classroom. The money won from this competition will be used towards a special simulator that'll help all students understand winter and inclement weather driving. I do want to say that this is not how I plan on teaching my classes. These slides were just made for you to look at, so you wouldn't look at me.
I don't have any questions.
Dolly, you really did a good job. You know, I feel like you hit all the high points, and I don't want to say I don't have any questions. I just want to say thanks, right, for thinking about something so grand to providing safety. As a parent, the lesson I taught my children was that they're dealing with the most dangerous machine they could ever deal with. So now they need to be really careful. And I think something like this is very much so needed. And to know that the driving schools are overwhelmed and can't get to people and they age out and probably don't get those lessons. And now here I've moved to Seattle and I'm riding with those people in the road. I'm a little scared now too, you know? So, but I uniquely, as Cameron probably feels, there's no question, you succinctly said it. I just wanted to say thank you for thinking about something so challenging and bringing that service.
Thank you.
Yeah, my question's kind of around capturing the market share that's kind of untapped. So, you mentioned or you're inferring that I think a lot of folks may not be native English speakers. So you're addressing that gap. That these driving schools are overwhelmed, right, and overbooked. So those target demographics, those people, what is your plan to actually target and capture those potential customers?
So that's really, mostly it's going to be word of mouth. Our community is a word of mouth. And the biggest thing is there's so many underserved learners, right? So like the people who are on Zoom right now watching this are not experiencing what we are. They're also not experiencing how nervous and terrified I am, which also I'm growing from this experience. So gaining kids into our class is not going to be so hard as to showing them. I mean, my daughter's in the back making noise, and if I've had a toy up here, she would come running.
Sure.
If I had the inebriation goggles here, I bet all of you would want to play with them.
Totally.
I'm just saying, right?
Absolutely.
But it's more than that. It's about capturing the hearts and the minds to give people the better choices. And by me standing up here telling you, hey, you should just give me the money because, I'm cool. I'm telling you, you should give me the money because I want to use that money to gain insight into these kids and give them real choice to make their own decisions. Not because I'm telling them to, but because they know that that's the right thing to do. Right. So I'm going to entice them with toys and candy. They're kids. I mean, and I guess it didn't really get to explain it, but there was part of the video. There is like a floor mat, like, those little ones you drive around. We actually cut them all out and put them in our driving school rig so that it's more friendly. It's less scary. We have like really cool little pics, like little characters that we've glued to our entire car. And each color represents a different reference point to where you need to be. So there's one under the mirror to show when you get up to that stop sign, and there's a line, you can mark your mirror with your line and you're right where you need to be. I mean, a lot of things we do as grown-ups that we don't necessarily think about, but those are things that we have to teach. We have to think about your position of your car at all times and where it is, and having tools that help those kids understand and then make those decisions is the most important thing.
Do you mind if I ask a follow-up question? Is that okay, judges? Go ahead. Yeah, we're almost at time, but really quick, how did you establish your pricing model compared to others in your market? The $750 cost.
So based off of basically we went and looked at every single driving school in our area and what they offer versus what it costs. 90% of those schools are still online and they're charging the same prices they charged before they were online. Some of them are starting up without all the overhead. So we took our overhead and tried to kind of backtrack it. So the overhead and then how many students we want. You do pay a little more than the other driving schools, but the value you're getting is so much more because you're in a smaller class. There's only 10 kids and the classes are flexible, but the value's there with all of the tools that they get. They get to go home with stuff that helps them practice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrea Yeager with Above Par School of Driving. And can you believe it? That's the first part of our evening finished. That's the startup and idea stage. Those three businesses competing. Let's give them a round of applause because they did remarkable this evening. And that means we're moving on to the second part of the evening. We're moving on to the early stage category. So let's bring Monica Tanbrin with Rudy to the stage.
Brew Tea provides tea drink inspired by traditional tea beverages worldwide to foster mutual learning and bridge cultural differences. Brew Tea is targeted towards men and women in their late 20s and 40s, travel conscious with curious mind and taste palate. Our tea bags can be conveniently consumed, hot or cold, anywhere and anytime. Our goal is to bring people together by encouraging them to share stories about their memories with tea and potentially sell those memories as exclusive tea flavors to share with others. Root tea, let the tea route take you.
Hi everyone, my name is Monica Tanbrin. I am a Southeast Asian woman with long black hair, wearing long sleeve green velvet dress and a black knee-high boots. I'm proud to tell you the tea company I started in May 2024, Root Tea. At Root Tea, we aim to foster mutual learning by bridging cultural differences through tea drinking. Root tea began because I struggled to find jasmine tea that matches the flavor that I remember from my childhood in Indonesia. I tried several tea cafes, but most only offered bubble tea or generic tea bags. Unsatisfied, I decided to create my own jasmine tea blends in a tea bag format, perfect for work or travel. With so many tea companies in the market, what sets us apart is our focus on sharing tea memories. It's not just about me sharing my tea memories with customers, but it's also creating a space where they can share their own tea or drink memories, making each blend special and culturally significant. I myself grew up culturally ambiguous, not knowing where I truly belong, and I kind of wanted to create a space where others feel the same way. Guruti aims to keep traditions alive. We source ingredients within Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Alaska. We want to preserve authenticity while promoting local economic growth. We believe tea should be accessible, so we package our blends in individual tea bags. This idea came from my frustration with carrying my entire tea setup to work. Our tea bags allow people to enjoy high quality tea wherever they are. Simple, convenient, and flavorful. Currently, most of our revenues comes from farmers markets and pop-up shops. As we expand, we plan to grow our wholesale operation once our WSDA, which is the Washington State Department of Agriculture application, is approved. We've already received interest from stores in Seattle, and that's our plan to scale our business. Our financial health is strong, with a gross profit margin of 73.11% and a 60% cost of goods markup forecast. Ruti is a one-woman operation run by me. With my background in fashion, I approach tea blending similarly to fashion design, drawing on inspiration and stories to create unique blends that aligns with Ruti's mission. I also encourage our customers to contribute to the creative process by leaving a few papers on the table with a question of what's your favorite drink you had during your childhood, making the experience interactive and inclusive. Based on the majority of voice, we will use the data to create limited edition tea blends to sell and share to others. Since launching in May 2024, our direct-to-consumer approach has received positive feedback. We've attended markets across Washington and Oregon with standout sales at Gobble Up Festival thanks to Urban Craft Uprising Scholarship. Our strategy emphasizes cultural storytelling through prepackaged teas, letting consumers experience global tea traditions from anywhere. It's a hit with busy professionals and travel lovers. Ruti appeals to travel-loving, middle-class professionals, aged late 20s to 40s in Washington. These budget-conscious yet quality-focused individuals frequent go to farmers market and cafes and try new things. Ruti also resonates with those who wish to travel but lack the means. So with the $6,000, we plan to allocate 1/3 to repeating markets registration and food festivals, another third to custom tent for outdoor markets and a A-frame sign for indoor markets to invite people in, and the final third towards tea brewing automation equipment for exclusive ready-to-drink tea offering at pop-up events. Thank you.
So my kids love bubble tea. Let's start there. So with you finding that there's so many different tea options, from your tea to their tea, what kind of just separates the two?
Yeah, what kind of separates the two is mostly the quality. So bubble tea is mostly just generic tea bags with milk, and it's always sweet. That's why kids love it. And then with my tea, it's usually like quality teas with a mix of like candied sweet, like candied ginger, like what you had over there. So it's kind of like a mix of like healthy, natural alternative, but it also kind of tells a story about where the tea is based from, instead of just bubble tea where it's just, like a temporary enjoyment.
So as a single owner and operator, and sounds like producer, what's your growth strategy as you start to take this into several states, it sounds, in traveling around? What's your growth strategy to ensure you can produce more and maybe bring more people on?
Yeah, as a one-woman operation currently, I'm just doing it in Washington, and then sometime occasionally Oregon. And then with the plan of expanding, I plan to just hire like contractors to train and work around like making the tea blends, because producing the tea blends itself, it's very time consuming. So I plan to, hire contractors around the state and then go from there.
Awesome, thank you.
I'll give you a quick kudos. Like, I've drank the whole bottle already. So I'm not a big tea drinker. My mother is. But I love the fact that you've already like given us a taste test and all that. That's great. So kudos on that move. You mentioned you want to source locally, but I'm also getting the impression you're trying to bring global flavors to your tea. So how do you source locally for products that may not necessarily be grown and produced locally? Like if I want to get an Indonesian tea, can it really be grown in Washington, for example? Like how do you
Yes.
rectify that?
Yeah, good question. So in terms of the sourcing ingredients, so for example, the teas you've seen, it's sourced, like the dry tea leaves are sourced from Oregon, but they're not like locally grown. They're just sourced from the business in Oregon, and then they kind of imported the tea from elsewhere. So it's kind of supporting local in that way, instead of like working hard trying to get sourced from every part of the world, because I'm not quite there yet. At some point, like maybe a couple years later, I'll get there. But right now, I'm just trying to get it local because it's easier for me and easier to ship.
Quick follow-up question to that, I guess. So again, I'm not really much of a tea drinker, right? So I enjoyed it, all that stuff, but so I'm new to tea, let's say. I'm a good data point. How would you figure out a good tea suggestion for me based on what I like?
Yes, good question. So for me, I would ask like what kind of notes you like if you prefer floral, if you prefer like kind of bitter or etc., because everyone has different tastes and preference. So that's what I would ask. Even in the farmer's market, people would say like, oh, what's your favorite? Like I would just say, oh, what do you like? What do you like? Like, do you like more sweet? Do you like more floral? Do you like a little bit of bitter? So, and then when they say, oh, like for example, I like something floral and slightly bitter. So that's when the jasmine that you drink comes along.
Do you have marketing material to actually support that? Like, we're all thinking, I guess, like when you have your stands, do you have some basic material to help people with that?
Yeah. To follow up on that, yes. So during the farmer's market, I put all kinds of signs, like a brief information for, let's say, the tea that you drank that's called Jasmine Breeze. And then there's like a few key points to that, because I don't want to make people to read too much. So just like it will say notes of bitter, sweet, and floral. And then below that, there's ingredients in case of people are allergic to certain ingredients.
The description's correct, by the way. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you to Monica Tanbrin with Ruti. Now let's bring Leal Mahfoud and Tremaine Turner with Palmyra LLC to the stage.
Food quality is often compromised by heavily processed options. At Palmyra, we offer healthier alternatives to diverse communities, families, immigrants missing home, busy professionals, and food-conscious individuals who are seeking fresh, authentic Syrian meals. By preparing family recipes of Syria and building connections through the love of healthier and delicious food, we make our impact not only by sourcing ingredients from local suppliers, but also by connecting with diverse audiences like Muslims and minorities lacking access to food that reminds them of their homeland, and creating an inclusive space where everyone feels welcome to enjoy authentic meals, promoting a healthier, more connected, and environmentally conscious community. Hi everyone. I am a brown Arabian woman wearing a sparkling black jumpsuit, and in America they call it swag. I'm learning new things, so bear with me.
Hi everyone, my name is Tremaine Turner. I'm wearing a cream button-up top, black pants, fresh pair of J's just out the box 20 minutes ago. And did anybody see where the rest of my hair went?
Look at this. This is Palmyra. It's a historical city in Syria, which was destroyed by ISIS. We named our business after her. Coming from a country like Syria, which has deep and rich heritage, I have often been surprised by the perceptions that some individuals view those who are coming from war-torn countries as lacking history, music, and authenticity. This misconception is painful, as it overlooks the vibrant cultures that exist despite the hardship. One aspect this connection might appear and become obvious is through food. I have noticed most of what is called Middle Eastern food doesn't reflect our true essence of our culture. Often these dishes have been heavily Americanized or processed, losing the authentic flavors, stories, and tradition behind them. Food is a powerful connection to heritage, a way of telling stories, and most importantly, a reminder of home. This is especially true in my family, where my mom's recipe brought us together, even during the hard time of the war. Her dishes were not just meals, they were symbols of love, resilience, and heritage that sustained us. Our business bridges gaps between different backgrounds and culture. Our food appeals to a wide range of people, regardless of their appearance, beliefs, or even abilities, not disabilities. By creating inclusive space where everyone feels welcome, we contribute to social cohesion and mutual understanding. Competing with local Middle Eastern restaurants that often serve processed versions of traditional meals is not a problem, because at Palmyra, we introduce family recipes that made from fresh ingredients that source from our local farmers. We committed to authenticity that set us apart from our competitors. We will continue selling our product at Delridge Farmer Market, where the brand gained traction, and eventually expanding to other markets to serve and connect with more audiences. We also will continue using our social media, where we showcase authentic Syrian meals, and we are proud to notice we have 129 5-star reviews, and guess what? It's only in less than 5 months. We have been able to cover our main expenses from our pocket, and we used a little bit of the profit we gained at the beginning of the business. Our cost of goods sold range between 20 to 23% for all our ingredients like falafel sandwich, falafel wrap, falafel sides, lentil soup, and we expect the same percentage for our catering service. We predict in the next 3 months that our gross revenues will cover our expenses and give us some profits that we can invest in the business. I am a quantum chemist. and I taught myself English to get out of the war. And also, I use my skills to create better and healthier processes. And also, I created standard operation procedures that we use to ensure consistency, precision, and train new hires. And my business partners, Tremaine Turner has 18 years of food service and customer service. Okay. You should give us this money. Because we are short on $8,000 to buy our used food truck. We are proud using used food truck. And that will help us reach more customers and have our impact on the society. Thank you.
What is the price that you guys pay to market your business? Like, how do you market your business other than at the farmers markets?
This guy is perfect.
So yeah, we do a lot of free marketing. We use our social media like Instagram, Facebook, and also on the Facebook, we're part of a lot of groups on there. So like West Side Community Center, a lot of markets like Communities North, Delridge, and we're part of those. So we also like put in there, hey, we're gonna be at Farmer Market, Delridge this weekend, or whatever event we're doing. And we also, one of the videos up there showed that we had like 4,000 views. So like we're getting a lot of views or reaching a lot of different audiences that way. We also have business cards that we had that are professionally made that we also hand out. Leave them at LA Fitnesses and other places where people could grab those too if they're looking for catering and or to celebrate a special event. So if they need us, they could contact us there as well.
So our expenses for that is still $0 because we use our skills and we reach to influencer, like very startup influencer. We support them and they support us. That's how we reach to people.
Awesome. First, I want to say it's delicious, and Chris loves it.
This he makes.
Sitting here chowing, it's
It's
great.
his dinner. It's like, he's loving it over here.
Sorry, it's terrible.
It's so
It's
funny.
fantastic. It's terrible.
I'm glad you liked it. 'Cause our main cook didn't make that. I made that. So, but she was kind of worried because I did it on my own this time. She's like, I don't know if we should give
Did
it
you
to
follow
him.
the SOP?
Yeah, he's
did.
one.
Okay.
You
She
did a
double-checked that
wonderful
for
He
job.
sure.
doesn't have the parsley, so I said, you don't have the parsley.
And
He
I
didn't
love
have to.
process too, so I loved hearing that piece. But I do want to ask, from a social impact piece, in talking about Palmyra and what the history is, how do you all tell that story in order to build this understanding of why you're bringing this food service to and these recipes to market?
Yes, that's very excellent question. So what I do, I put people into my whips. How? I show people, I can't actually play the video. One of the videos shows that how I am doing the mixing and doing the dough in front of the people. And that attract them. Even the spoon we use that I fry the falafel. The falafel maker is a traditional, like people use it, and I put a hole in it. And that's like, it looks like a donut. And people come to us, what is that? A small donut? And they get attracted just by the process and the shape. And then we start talking to them, and I introduce them to a Syrian booth, which is like very rare here in Seattle, and just let them know about my history. And some people come to us, oh, I heard about you.
I have to say, just want to start with empathy. You're very brave and courageous. I know you're very emotional about your business. My mother is a Chilean refugee. She was exiled from her country in the late 60s with Pinochet. So I know what it means to say food is home, food is family.
Yes.
It connects us all, and just kudos for your bravery, first of all, just to comment.
Yes, and when my accent is like really high.
You have a beautiful accent. You're a beautiful accent.
One more thing, also to touch base on your question real quick, we also do free samples because like I hate going places to get food, especially in King County because it's so expensive. and then you get something terrible. It's like, you have to have that weird conversation. So we do free samples actually. So that usually is our fish line to bring people in because they'll smell the food,
smart.
and then we give them a free sample. And
We're
then,
going to run out of time, and I don't mean to cut you off, but this was the one that I want to ask. So I own a business. I have a business partner. How do you guys have a formal business agreement between you two so you know that the legacy of your company, when it's done, whenever it's done, is in good hands? Like, do you have a partner agreement that's formalized between you two or other business owners?
So we have something between us, but it's 50-50. We are going to make it 51 to 49 because as a woman owner, I will get more advantage, which is good.
I'm very familiar with that as well. That's smart.
Thank you so much.
Lael Mahfoud and Tremaine Turner with Palmyra LLC. So now let's call Dory Babcock with Valiant Health Solutions to the stage.
Do you know that having a friend to connect with is the key to success in school and work? Many autistic and neurodivergent children and young adults struggle with connection, impacting their ability to make friends, learn, and grow. Everyone needs and deserves a friend. Hi, I'm Dory Babcock, founder of Valiant Health Solutions and a proud member of the neurodivergent community. Our goal is to empower young people with the skills to build healthy, fulfilling social lives. Our neurodiversity affirming approach honors identity and is proven to work. We offer classes, events, and meetups that support health, learning, and communication. Our services transform lives, helping young adults build lasting relationships, improve emotional well-being, and support their independence in living their best life.
Hi, I am a middle-aged, emotional white woman of medium height. I'm wearing a white top with a Valiant logo on it and black bottoms and black shoes. So I'm Dory Babcock, and I'm an exercise physiologist and neurodivergent mom of 3 great, neurodivergent young adults. Healthy relationships are crucial for emotional well-being, independence, and career growth. Autistic and neurodivergent young adults often struggle making connections with others, impacting their ability to make friends and to learn. This often follows them into adulthood. Okay, Valiant began when my son struggled with bullying and relationships. Our psychologist recommended services and then said there'd be a 2-year wait to get them, and we needed them now. Crazy. So I founded Valiant because of this lack of resources. Let's get it. Okay, so over 89% of the autistic community mask to fit in and make friends, and this leads to emotional, mental, and physical health problems. Just this month, 6 out of 10 autistic youth report being bullied, and over 80% of the autistic community is unemployed, and it's often due to communication challenges. And that's why we need Valiant. We have a saying in the ND community for neurodivergent, and that's nothing about us without us. Valiant Peers is evidence-based and proven to improve social engagement. It was created within the ND community, and it does both relationships and health. And it's led by a neurodivergent person who understands the struggles of being neurodivergent. Other social skills groups, they're not evidence-based. Peers is the only one proven to work, and it's not within and by the neurodivergent community. So our goals include decreasing social isolation for youth, parents, and families. 92% of our participants have improved their connections and their confidence, where 88% of parents have feel like they're more connected to community. Financial well-being is also crucial. We collaborate with clients and businesses to improve financial independence, and we have a 25% job placement rate. We also work on bullying, and our goal for bullying is 85% skill acquisition rate, and we're at 89%, so we're really proud of that. So Valiant's more than a business. We are a community of belonging and a safe haven for neurodivergent individuals and families. Okay, so what about our market? What's it look like? So we serve the low support needs, also called high functioning, autistic community, and there's about 44,000 of us in Washington. So how do we reach everybody? So we use both online and offline methods. We use our website, Facebook, and email for outreach and to drive enrollment. We do private consultations and sessions at all of these places around the circle. We also accept referrals from the medical community, our partners, and the autism community. So we are, I gotta find this, sorry. So to keep costs low, we do rental spaces, and we use my home office for online programs. And we source program kits from Amazon. Our sales growth depends on our wait list, location availability, and my time. In year 2, we expect a 3% increase by hiring a full-time employee and creating more programs. In year 3, we anticipate a 38% increase with more staff, interns, programs, and products. Now in our 6th year, we've learned our enrollment follows a seasonal and academic cycle with quarterly income. So we offer other services during off months to maintain cash flow. So here's my NeuroSpicy team. They're my secret sauce. My family are my most reliable volunteers. Then I have student interns, Jackson and Jason, and the costumes, and then professional volunteers, Trevor here, and he's a psychologist, and they help with programs and events. So, whoops, I went the wrong way. We plan on spending the money on a neurodivergent prom for young adults. This is my son and his girlfriend, and that's the only picture we have because they spent only 15 minutes in their prom because of sensory overwhelm. And our kids deserve great growing experiences, milestone experiences like their neurotypical peers. We plan on having a lot of sponsors, keeping the cost as low as possible. Spending $50 on tickets would go to food. So that's what we're hoping to spend the money on. Oh, I did it the wrong way again. So thank you.
First of all, great presentation, and thank you for what you do. As far as your leadership team, is it only you? Or I saw the presentation with everyone. But.
Front row, right here, would be my husband, who shares shares in that. Whenever I can't make something, he pops in, and so we all share it. I'm also a researcher at Washington State University, so I have access to other resources that and like Trevor, he's a psychologist at one of our partners foundations, Family Support. And the goal by having student interns is to bring more people into the autistic and neurodivergent community to serve. So I always, I have ideas in my back pockets, or sometimes I just call them in and I create a situation so that they have to step in, and it gives them a chance to see what it feels like to lead. And hopefully there'll be more, and hopefully I'll hire them. Yeah, that's part of the goal. So Jackson and Jason would be great if they'd take off their costumes.
So I saw you have a vast area of where you're going to nonprofits, going into schools, and lots of arenas to ensure that you're getting this message out. Is there a product, though, that, right, some family could maybe have a membership with you or a resource? Is there a one-on-one engagement that you all provide as well if families need additional services or help?
Yes, and actually, that's around the clock. I actually had a client call me at midnight last night in crisis. So I do crisis work for parents and young adults. I think the challenge is that parents in there have their idea of how it should be going, and that's not really how their young adults work. So, but yeah, I do RCJ. I'm one of the only people in the space, so I get a lot of requests, and I just find resources and other people, and I pull in my parent volunteers and actually give them the opportunity to step up and lead in their communities. So I'm always working on community champions. So, but it's hard work, it's it's hard work. It's not always happy. And so that's one of the challenges to bringing people in. And the membership base, we've thought about membership base. We do have a product. We're about to launch a fidget dragons. So call out to my daughter. Yeah, so here's my fidgets. Can you see me up here twisting mine to death? Anyway, and so we're looking at different products lines. We're also looking at independent living cards as another income stream. So hopefully in year 3, the big increase by 38 is that I will go to 50% at a local university and be 100% at Valiant instead of reversed.
So I want to make sure I'm clear. You're providing this service though for free to parents who need your help?
No. So I have a contract for those
Okay.
two parents. Oh, I'm sorry. And our peers program is evidence-based, so insurance covers it. And so I'm also working right now with Medicaid and Medicare to hopefully cover them. But that process is, and we're in our second year of 45 days back and forth for papers. So it's
May I just
really-
make us a quick suggestion along that line that's so important? I think you should definitely make that part of your pitch that, hey, it is covered by insurance and you are an expert in how to obtain it, because that will remove a ton of barriers on wanting to use your service. It's great that you have that. I would advertise that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it on the website. The challenge is people have different healthcare plans. The challenge is insurance, right?
Of course, of course.
But yes, we do. And then we have scholarships because there's a lot of kids who don't have insurance.
Excellent.
So, but no, I try not to offer services for free. Do you hear me, Susan? I try not to offer services for free.
We're at time, but just quick
Okay.
compliment. I've been playing with this fidget the whole time and I'm a judge.
Oh, good.
And I'm nervous
That's
enough,
great.
just making sure I get this right. So it's effective.
Oh,
Thank you.
good, good.
And just more of an FYI, I run a small business as well. And I would consider maybe non-traditional parts of employment, i.e. contract labor, freelance labor. I was shocked at how many people want that now post-COVID, and that will help make your operating costs more flexible. So just be
Okay.
open to like people that may not want or even need full-time, and that might help your operating costs.
Okay,
Just a
thank
thought,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I almost took this.
Thank
with
you.
me. Thanks.
Thank you.
Dory Babcock with Valiant Health Solutions LLC. And that brings us to the end of the second part of this evening. That was the early stage category. So let's again give those folks a really warm round of applause. And that means we are moving into the third stage here. We're entering the established businesses category. So let's start with Catherine Anderson with Caribbean Spice.
My name is Catherine Anderson, and I'm representing Caribbean Spice. We are a family-owned and operated specialty grocery store located in Portland, Oregon. After immigrating from the islands, my parents were determined to build community and education about the foods and traditions of our culture in Oregon and in the Northwest. For my brother and I, it is our mission to continue serving local residents and restaurants with high-quality ingredients and highlight the cuisine and traditions of the diaspora for generations to come. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Catherine. I'm 5'9", Black and Indian, wearing tan pants or a tan jacket and black pants representing Jamaica and the Fiji Islands. Welcome to Caribbean Spice. Our mission here is to increase access to culturally specific foods in Portland and in the Pacific Northwest. In 2001, our location in the central city was ideal, more than ideal, but as our reach has grown and the city of Portland has changed, we are challenged to provide convenient options for everyone to be able to shop our store. Our solution, like many conventional grocery stores, is to organize order pickup and specialized delivery options. If awarded, we would use this funding to enhance our existing website to display all of our product offerings and cover the startup fees for services like DoorDash and Instacart. Community impact, which is our why for keeping our doors open, means keeping a space for commonly overlooked groups of people to feel home in togetherness. We are so proud to play a direct and intimate role in so many momentous occasions for our customers, including birthdays, holidays, religious celebrations, Emancipation Days and Independence Days, funerals, weddings, and so much more. Highlighted here, you might recognize some of these, are just a few of the businesses that our grocery store supplies groceries for, ranging from James Beard award-winning customers restaurants right here in Cannes, and food carts, bars, pop-ups, seamstresses, a whole range of small businesses that we are just honored to be a piece of their story and really spreading the joy and love of traditional cooking beyond just our four walls. In Portland, there are a few specialty grocery stores offering authentic imported products. A lot of grocery stores that do include products highlighting from the Caribbean tend to not be authentic or tend to be very Americanized, which really changes the flavor profile and the palate, and also really undercuts the people that really do traditionally use these products as in our building. And very familiar to our home and our plates as well. In Portland, we know that this is a struggle for customers to find us, and we want to make our product offerings just more visible. So our market strategy is to provide our groceries just in a more convenient way. Financials I broke down here. I believe that our business is going to continue to grow. We saw since the pandemic that a lot of changes positively swung in our direction, even though a lot of restaurants did close. We did see a lot more people just interested in coming into our doors and wanting to try something new. So I know that increasing visibility is really the issue that we have here now and in 2024, and that is what being on services like DoorDash and Instacart will offer us. Our projections are based on our current rate of growth, and I'm fully confident just these small changes and increased visibility will make a big difference. Eventually, we'd like to offer a delivery service all in-house, allowing for new job opportunities within our community and for our community as well. I am representing this team here. I'm so proud of these people. These are my parents and my brother, who put their hearts and souls into making this store so special. I don't say this lightly either. Our customers are our family as well, and an extension of this, which is the basis here. Authentic, high-quality ingredients and authentic, in my opinion, high-quality people are the magic that makes this all work, and I'm so honored to share this with you today. Thank you.
So great presentation. My question is, what is the exact market strategy other than the DoorDash and stuff to get more customers in? And then I'm from Oregon, so where are you guys located at?
Yeah, we are in Northeast Portland. We are in the Coley neighborhood, right on the corner of 42nd and Prescott. Our entire business model has been based off word of mouth, and I just know the strength of that is really, really high based on how many people come through our doors daily, and just how many people are really interested in Caribbean cooking. And beyond Caribbean cooking, we have really educated ourselves in a lot of different international food groups. So our go-to-market strategy is to continue that, is really just to put the word out like that. We also really want to be a participant, more active participant, more visible participant in pop-ups, in restaurant showings, in cooking tutorials, and a lot of other ways that we can reach people just digitally. I think a lot of things about Oregon as a resident yourself, you know that it's kind of hard to find us if you're not looking exactly for us. And so that's really what we want to do is better showcase the things that we already have within our store and expand on that.
Awesome. So, in talking about the food deserts, it's something, you deal with, and people having access to good resources or even nice fruits. Can you describe the demographics of where your store is located and the people who would walk in and you would serve?
Sure. The Coley neighborhood has changed a lot. I'm sure an Oregon resident over here knows that too. Northeast Portland used to be historically Black and is now dramatically different. We do see a lot of new residents. Coley has really transformed. There's a lot of residential buildings going up every day, so commercial developments and apartments. So we do see a lot of local grocery stores or local grocery shoppers coming in. So we are the only grocery store on 42nd Avenue, which is a very main street in Portland. If y'all are familiar, I can go back to that little map. But we're on a really main street here, and this is another vision of what the outside of our store actually looks like. So that is a huge customer base as well and was really big during the pandemic. But a lot of our customers are really traveling from all over Oregon. I put this map here specifically to show you that a lot of people do live outside of the city, specifically Black and brown people, which is a large part of our customer base. And so the purpose of our store, again, is to be more easily accessible and to be a home away from home for a lot of these people too.
I have more ideas than questions. I mean, you're obviously.
Oh, I'd love to hear them.
You're razor sharp. That was an excellent presentation. I mean,
Thank you.
it's really hard to critique, to be honest. You did great. One idea, have you thought about offering cooking classes in schools?
You know, we've had so many interesting opportunities just kind of land in our lap. We have a commons area next to us they do a lot of food donations. So we do donate to them, and they're really right next to our store, and they specifically target Black and brown people of the neighborhood, and it's brought in a lot of people just to the block itself.
Absolutely.
And they give out free groceries and free produce and things like that, and they also host cooking classes. So we've donated a lot of our products specifically for that. We also have a Montessori school that's right by us too that we offer some of these too as well. I know you have another idea.
You're reading my mind.
Yes.
Are you offering at this Montessori school as a starting point, hey, we can provide school lunch during the day with our recipes, that kind of a thing?
These are also things that some of the pop-ups and some of the other restaurants that we work with are also trying to do, and that's a big part of our business model, is really bringing up other people too. You know, we started as a small business that felt like we lacked resources and didn't have people who were really looking out for us, and it's really our job to pay it forward and pay it back and reach into the hands of other people who might need just a little bit more amplification, a little bit more boost in order to share their skills and their products as well.
Well done.
I did have another question. So you guys are essentially like a Black grocery store?
Yes.
Or do you provide cooking services? Because I heard you say something about weddings and cater events, right?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people, so for traditional weddings and events like this, a lot of people really do need wholesale items. For example, we sell a lot of fresh produce, and so they will come in and buy those by cases and make sure that those orders are in really early for us. And so we're playing a small role in their day, but it's a significant role because that's a big part of the experience of getting married, of celebrating these momentous moments, is being able to access the things that your family wants to eat and enjoy. I think that, these special moments I've been privileged to attend, but even if I can't, just being a small part of that really does make my whole time worthwhile. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
I've enjoyed them.
Catherine Anderson with Caribbean Spice, thank you very much. Now it's time to call to the stage Jessica Gomez with House of Lotus.
To the House of Lotus, Lotus Jiu-Jitsu Seattle. We are a community-focused jiu-jitsu academy located in the south end of Seattle. We offer martial arts classes for children, women, and adults with a focus on inclusivity and fitness equity. We provide small classes with black belt instruction 6 days a week. What sets us apart is our commitment to serving underrepresented communities, including neurodivergent individuals, with tailored instruction rarely found in the industry. As a woman and Latino-owned academy, we offer instruction in English and Spanish and support those who prefer to train by gender. Jiu-Jitsu is proven to promote mindfulness and helps address anxiety and mental health, filling a vital gap in our community. Great. Hi, welcome everybody. I'm a 5-foot-tall Latina with hair pulled back and a black shirt with white lettering. So I am Jessica Gomez, and I own Lotus Jiu-Jitsu with my husband, Enrique, who is a black belt instructor with 25 years of experience. I have over 20 years of management experience, and I want you to take a moment right now and imagine yourself in a lonely parking lot on public transportation. You might feel threatened, you might feel scared, you might feel the feeling of fight or flight. And so what is jiu-jitsu? Jiu-jitsu is the solution to what I just described. Lotus is where a person learns jiu-jitsu and learns how to manage these situations. And that means learning how to breathe, think through these situations. Keep anxiety at bay. Even something as simple as making eye contact, it takes practice and self-confidence. That is what we are providing. Lotus is where we learn human body chess. It's a physical puzzle and it's a whole lot of fun. So a starting position in jiu-jitsu starts with the practitioner on their back, with their training partner on top of them and in between their legs. It sounds pretty threatening, right? And so most would see this as a fatal position, whereas a Lotus student sees this as an advantage. Jiu-jitsu is about escaping dangerous positions. Many people say jiu-jitsu changed their life, and practitioners usually gain a new perspective of the world, physically, mentally, and emotionally. We are a Latino-owned business in South Seattle where there is a lack of enrichment activities for children and places for people to train martial arts. That is the problem. Lotus solves this problem with a unique business model. We're different from other jiu-jitsu dojos because we understand that the world of martial arts is not about finding the world's best competitors or champions. It's about helping people. Our dojo seeks something deeper: mind and body connections, whole family, intergenerational training, movement and building community, and of course, clients searching for an indoor activity in the Pacific Northwest. Jiu-jitsu has been studied to show its positive impacts on victims of assault, trauma, and those who suffer from depression and anxiety. Additionally, jiu-jitsu is especially positive for the neurodivergent communities, such as people living with ADHD and autism. We currently have several members who seek us out as a therapy source. We're filling various gaps in our community and society. I'm gonna tell you how we've become successful in the past 5 years. Let's run some numbers. We currently have 83 members enrolled, a number of new inquiries coming in each month, and our target market are children ages 4 to 11 and adults 25 to 45. Our members on average travel about 8 miles to train with us, and some as much as 15 miles. The main way we acquire our members is through street advertisements, these beautiful sandwich boards. We currently have 3 in key intersections in the neighborhood, and we get about 70% of our inquiries from these physical boards. Our reach has been successful through name and logo recognition, supporting local efforts like sponsoring events at Seattle Public Schools, and not-for-profit fundraisers. And of course, our members love us. They love it because there is a low barrier to access training, no contracts and no registration fees. Let's talk about dollars and growth. Our gross monthly revenue is about $9,000, and we're projecting a growth of about 7% for the year. We are growing at about a 0.75 membership a month, accounting for attrition. In the next 3 years, we project we will reach our maximum capacity of 125 students, and at that point, we'll be eager to solve that problem. We plan to use the funds from this competition for drywall, wall mats, and installation of a heat pump, bringing down our operational costs, becoming more sustainable, and providing comfort to our clients. Lotus should win because who wouldn't want to roll around on the floor and give strong hugs? Who's ready to roll on the mat? Thank you.
So I see that you guys, great presentation, but I see that you guys market with the pop-up things, the boards, and you get 70%. How do you reach that other 30% within your marketing?
Mostly it's word of mouth. There's a big, we have about a split between adults and children, and the word of mouth for families is huge. We also participate a lot within our local public schools, high school and elementary school, and that word of mouth goes a long way when we're participating in those events.
Thank you. You probably kicked my butt, but thank you.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's funny, I'm gonna go light because you can kick my butt. But no, just looking at how you all still bring your market in. I know it's not about the competitiveness, but do you allow some of your students to participate in competitiveness and take that expertise as another way of you marketing your organization, right? Because those belts and achieving the highest ranking in jiu-jitsu. So how do you also take the competitive side of things if you're doing that and use that as a vessel to drive more revenue?
You mean competitive on the mat?
Yes.
So we have a competition team, and our competition team are about 2 to 3 times a year. They go out and they compete regionally. Sometimes they are able to go and fly out to other jiu-jitsu dojos or competitions and tournaments. So we do have a strong one. There is a list, there is a roster, there is a point structure as to like how much visibility your dojo gets. But yeah, that's definitely a part of it. The reality is that some of our members are also families and parents. And usually we're getting some of these folks who are really interested in the competition and some folks who are saying, I want to train, but I want to get to work tomorrow. And I also want to pick up my kid and I want to run around. So I don't want to get killed on the mat. And we're saying, okay, let's modify what that looks like. And that's why we also have an equity model where we highlight children and women who also don't want to be maybe in such a highly masculine space. So we do offer that variety between competitiveness, eager beavers, and the folks that really want to get the fitness and the self-defense piece on it.
I'm a dance mom, not that dance mom, okay, before y'all get nervous. So I do understand you have to have that recreational and competitive side, right, to drive your business in both of those ways and serve. So I love how you all have that. Just wanted to
Great,
check in.
thank you.
Thank you.
My comment and question is a bit more about end game and growth. So I think a lot of people kind of falsely assume that, oh, you have a business, you want to just grow it and grow it and grow it, which for me is completely not true. So I'm really curious for you and your spouse and your business, like what is your long-term growth goal and at what point would you like to cap it? You know, where do you get to a point where it's like, we've gotten where we've gotten, and I want to sustain?
So at 125 members, we think that is a comfortable place for us to be in the current dojo without moving a location. At that point, recognizing what the reality is, especially in South Seattle, to hold a space, our catchment area, there is a gap geographically that we know that is extremely special to stay there. And so I think at 125, let's get there, let's stabilize, let's see what that looks like, make sure it is sustainable for like maybe 1 or 2 years, and then think about maybe something a little bit larger.
Nature or?
Probably not franchising. I
Okay.
think that also adds a little
Right.
complication with the jujitsu world.
Sure.
More if you want to talk about that later. But I think this is a really exciting model just to see if we can sustain that piece of reaching 125 for the next couple years.
Excellent. Thank you.
Just a suggestion, if you can get your business on Groupon or Yelp, you'll achieve that 30%. Because if you can offer a discount to someone coming in with 3 people on Groupon, your business will be more visible and you'll attract more customers.
Great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Jessica Gomez with House of Lotus. Now let's have Christine Hopkins with Advanced Supply Chain International, LLC.
Did you know that the average company can lose up to 20 to 30% of your annual profitability due to supply chain inefficiencies? This includes losses from delays, inaccurate demand forecasting, overstocking, understocking, and poor transportation management. At ASCII, we're here to be your expert supply chain partner. We pride ourselves in strong partnerships between leadership and employees and with our customers. This allows us to proactively identify potential gaps in your supply chain that you might not even know are there. It also helps us to develop our employees so that you can get the best partners possible.
Hi, I'm Christine Hopkins. I'm a white woman, 5'4", wearing a gray polo and black pants. My name is Christine Hopkins. I am the CEO and majority owner of ASCII. We specialize in helping small and mid-sized businesses and the federal government manage their stuff when they either don't have the internal expertise or the labor to do it themselves. There are often hidden losses built into a supply chain. I'll give you an example of what that looks like. We have one customer that has a particular item they only order 3 times a year. If we order it as they need it, that item costs $75. If, however, I bulk order it in quantities of 5 or more, that item is $35, saving them money. So we really strive to be an expert partner for our customers. Our employees are often embedded in their operations, so our contracts are primarily labor contracts with some smaller consulting contracts thrown in. So we really strive with our employees to foster a culture that allows space for creativity and innovation so that they can see things that our customers can't. Our management team has an average seniority of 16 years. You'll see that most of the people in this picture are women. That is unusual in our industry and something that we are very proud of. One of the things that makes us different is all of our employees have access to this team at any time to help them solve problems for our customers. We are a 100% military spouse and veteran-owned company, so we have deep ties to the military community. About half of our employees are military veterans. We are a DoD SkillBridge partner. What that means is we offer internships to transitioning service members to give them the opportunity to have civilian stuff on their resume when they get out. We also offer all of our remote opportunities to military spouses first so that they have a job they can carry with them. We are the first federal contractor in the United States to obtain ISO certification in diversity and inclusion, and that's embedded in everything that we do. We also strive to buy locally wherever we can, both in Alaska, where we're from, and in whatever community we operate in. The funds that we would win from this competition would be used to hire a local graphic artist to help with social media content that we haven't been able to afford so far. Our business model varies based on the industry. So for small and mid-sized businesses, it is expensive for them to operate warehouses on their own. So we really try to offer consulting services and bringing multiples of them together to help spread that cost out. On the federal contracting side, while there's a lot of money, there's also a lot of competition. So we really focus on women-owned small business set-asides. As with most businesses, we really pivoted during COVID. We restructured as a woman-owned small business, and we shifted our target market from large oil and gas operators to these two industries, or customer bases. Winning a contract on the commercial side with small and mid-sized businesses takes 3 to 10 years, and it is built on relationships and trust. On the federal side, it's 3 to 5 years. So we really start those conversations through networking, conferences, various meetings where we meet people, and then we continue those conversations through social media content. With our small and mid-sized businesses in particular, we focus on free education to help them really understand what a supply chain even is. Our 3-year projection focuses on stabilizing the business through winning federal contracts. We're looking at winning 1 to 2 large contracts a year. While these numbers look big, in our industry, the profit margins are in the low single digits. So it's volume. You'll notice that our profit line is not moving at the same trajectory. That's intentional. We are focused on debt repayment for long-term sustainability. By the end of this, we should have all of our debt paid off. So our growth strategy is simple: slow and steady without overextending, being mindful of the large businesses that we're competing against without running over the smaller businesses. So thank you very much.
Great presentation. So I have 2 questions. Other than working with the veterans, what is your community outreach impact?
So other than the veterans, it is really focused on our employees. To give you an example of that, we have an internal philosophy of we get paid, you get paid. So it's industry standard if a customer shuts down a job site that the employees either have to take leave without pay, PTO, or don't get paid. If we get paid, we pass that on to the employee without requiring them to use leave. So that's one example. It's the little things.
And then my next question was, let's say you don't get a contract. How do you scale your business from just the day-to-day?
Yeah, so we, this year, are profitable. Yay. Our average contract on the federal side is 5 years, so we just won a new one. So we have some time to build this.
So again, great presentation. So again, with the cost savings that you were speaking of, you know, if they were ordering as they needed 75, or you order in bulk $35, how do you coach or identify that a client should do that with you all? And what's the process that you take to get them to have that reserve with you?
Yeah, so it takes time. That's that long, long sales cycle. So often it starts with a conversation where we meet somebody at an event like this, and we talk about, do you understand what your supply chain looks like? And just talk through what a supply chain even is, all the different pieces and parts. That's where it starts. And then once they build a little bit of trust, we start having deeper conversations to give them examples of how they can solve those challenges. And for the one-offs, we just give them that advice, hoping to build a relationship that leads towards either longer-term consulting or a contract.
So one more follow-up to that.
Yeah.
So do you all charge for storing if you have to hold that material for them? Say a
Yes.
restaurant, right, that has limited space. Do you make revenue off storing also those products for them if they have it in reserve?
Yes. So often what happens, so the example I gave of pulling businesses together. So we're working, for example, with Alaska manufacturers, small businesses, to try to get enough of them together to afford to get a warehouse. And then we would lease the warehouse and rent space to them. So they get a piece of it instead of the whole thing.
That's great. My question's kind of around COVID and supply chain. I mean, everyone's heard about how much supply chains were affected during and post-COVID, right? How much of an opportunity versus a hindrance was COVID and post-COVID to your business, and what have you done to pivot?
Prior to COVID, we were focused 100% on oil and gas. And honestly, COVID pushed most of the small businesses out. A lot of them closed up shop that focused on oil and gas. We lost about 90% of our revenue. So that's the pivot in moving to other industries where the market allows space for us. The benefit is people know what a supply chain is. So it's easier to explain what we do.
They've been burned.
Yes.
So then I have a question. You guys are just locally here in Washington, right?
We're in Alaska.
Okay, Alaska.
Yes.
Welcome.
So if I am in Oregon, you know, I own a junk removal business. So we go through bags like crazy. If I'm in Oregon and I want to order bags, how do you deliver that to me?
Yeah, so there would be a couple of conversations. One, do you want us to help you figure out how to order those on your own? Or are you looking for long-term support where we would order for you and get them delivered to you? So that would be the start of that conversation. Typically, either myself or Rosita would fly down and take a look at your operations and see what it is that you need. Because oftentimes what you ask for and what you need aren't the same thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine Hopkins with Advanced Supply Chain International LLC. Now let's have Pallavi Pandey with Detox to the stage.
Ever wonder about the amount of plastics created at parties? I am Pallavi Pandey, the owner at Detox Tableware, where I'm the mompreneur who rescues fallen palm leaves and give them one more use to create these sustainable tableware dishes like charcuterie boards, plates, bowls, spoons, straws, etc., for homes and events for consumers looking for better alternatives than cheap paper, toxic plastic, and expensive bamboo. We make 100% sustainable, sturdy, single-use tableware from fallen palm leaves with our women workers in India to keep away from landfills and provide the consumer with a better alternative.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I am Pallavi Pandey, owner and founder at Detox Palm Leaf Tableware brand from Portland, Oregon. I look very young, but I'm an old woman. Blame it on my South Asian Indian genes. And today I am wearing a white sweatshirt with our brand name Detox, made by a local artisan in Portland called Amity PDX, who will make your business swag, and neon fluorescent green pants, which I've gotten 100 compliments for today. Right here. Okay, every year in the United States, there is 960,000 metric tons of single-use disposables discarded at parties. That is the weight of 150,000 elephants. The elephant in the room is our landfill problem, and it is time we address it. Now, address it with a mom who loves to party but hates to clean up. Hi, I'm Pallavi Pandey, owner at Detox. The brand name Detox resonates with the meaning cleansing journey with palm leaves. Now, I'm here to save you from the soggy world of cheap paper, toxic plastic, expensive bamboos, and boring heavy traditional Chinaware, because I grew up eating on banana leaves as a child. That is my daughter experiencing the same culture. As a mom, I miss this tradition, so I started a brand that represents my culture of eating on leaves and puts me on a mission to replace your tableware options that exist today. My tableware solution, made from palm leaves, microwave-safe, chemical-free, certified compostable in 90 days, and award-winning. Now, we've been spending our time building an income and impact for ourselves and our communities. We've had tangible impact on the environment. We've so far eliminated single-use disposables equivalent to the height of 30 Eiffel Towers. We've empowered communities by sponsoring educational scholarships, by donating sewing machines who've sewn your back today, the ladies in this picture, and also pledging thousands of dollars to local initiatives like Greater Than Portland, where we advocate for equitable education for underrepresented children. Now, we've had raving reviews from consumers like yourself who loves to party, and businesses, because we are known for providing convenient hosting as well as a classy look without the elephant-sized landfill guilt. Now, let me take you back to my business journey and tell you why investing in me today is a smart move. We are trying to capture 1% of the $35 billion disposable global market, which is a $25 million opportunity. Great, right? How do we get there? With focusing on our key performing metrics last year, we were able to go from a small brand to an almost seven-figure brand. We are a bootstrap profitable business. And how are we going to capture that $25 million, I'm sorry. I hope it's billion in a few years, but 25 million, let's focus there. We're going to be expanding into 5 countries through Amazon, launch into retailers, as well as grow into food service. And we're talking about our showstopper product that we launched last year to capture a $135 billion straw industry. Now, this is how we have positioned ourselves as a key differentiator, championing DEI certifications as a woman-owned minority brand, offering premium and exclusive shapes that have been used by Iron chefs on TV. Again, offering our patented straws that last in your liquids for more than 6 hours, and I'm not kidding. And then investing on the compostable packaging wrap across our product line. So those are our accolades, and because of that, we were just honored as America's top 100 businesses by US Chamber of Commerce in DC. Now, your $6,000, thank you. Your $6,000 from today will help us with our cash flow and growth capital challenges, because we will be able to do retail packaging designs for Whole Foods for a showstopper product, because this is a big deal. This does not disappear in your drinks. Again, Detox team is led by a passionate mom and an entrepreneur with experience in warehousing, inventorying for 10 years. And we have experienced professionals in the international supply chain and logistics. We have access to advisors who helped us scale and grow, not just in America, but in Canada. And I'm sure you can agree, we have the cutest brand ambassadors. Now, if we've made you fall in love with our brand, please go ahead and scan the code to connect with me. Use coupon code DETOX10 so that we can get everything delivered to you with 10% off and free shipping right at your door so that you don't have to do dishes. Thank you.
Questions? Great presentation. So my question is, where can I get this at other than Amazon?
Right here. Where do you want me to send them? I will follow up, I will get your order, and I will make sure it's at your door.
Okay. Are you in any stores or anything like that? Like, what stores are you? I've seen the Costco thing, but are you in?
Yeah, so we've got 3 business models: direct to consumers, ourselves, or through Amazon; wholesale, ourselves, or through Amazon Business, as well as B2B2C, which is retailers. So we right now are in market of choice across 11 locations in Oregon. But that's just the beginning. We are looking to get into more retailers like Whole Foods, who've shown interest in our patented straws.
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the plates. As I just moved, you're my first set of plates, so thank you.
Yay, 1 weekend of sipping on that fine wine without having to worry about dishes in the sink.
Absolutely. But I want to ask about your pricing strategy. So what differentiates your price from that of plastics, right?
I'm
Are
gla-
you cheaper? Are you more expensive? And why? What does that look like?
I'm glad you asked because I know people think sustainability comes at a cost, and it does for a little bit. Because, for example, if you've been to dollar store, those cheap paper plates that won't even last, set of 12 plates is $1.25, which is 12 cents per piece. If you add extra 15 cents to it, you get our microwave safe, certified compostable in 90 days plates. And after you're done, if you have pets at home, you can give it to them. They love to chew on it. So dogs, cats, and rabbits, they love to chew on this. So that gives me my next idea of a patented pet product, maybe.
Repurpose them.
Yeah, reduce, reuse, recycle.
We put them in the garden. So we have a 20-foot garden in the back, me and my daughters. We grow our own veggies. These become fertilizer. Because these are leaves. There is no coating. There is no mix. This is one pure leaf. And we just heat compress the leaf. I wish I had more time, than I would have showed you the process of making it. We take one leaf, we heat compress it on the big machine, like you're ironing your clothes, and that is it.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. And your brand ambassadors are gorgeous.
Well, just as a fellow, I mean, I think a lot of us here are very climate and ecologically focused, so I love the product. I want to challenge you in a little thing, and just want to ask, so the packaging of the product itself appears to be plastic, is that correct?
No, because if you go to Target, Target has a similar product. It says on the wrap at the bottom, this is plastic. Ours don't say it. It's because this is a recycled shrink wrap, which doesn't say because it's old packaging. But if you buy us online now, we focus on one thing. We might not be using the best thing right now or an alternative. We are better because now we've transitioned into 100% compostable wraps across 2 product lines. So it's a gradual change for us. This one is not.
Okay.
It's on only 2 products on our website. And this is not that product. That was a pretty small one. I wanted to give you a big one.
This is fantastic.
But this is a recycled shrink wrap food grade.
Okay, excellent. Is there a possibility that you could have products that are, I'll say, semi-permanent? Because I love the fact that we're thinking about, composting and all that, but if I want something high quality that I could actually use on a daily basis, longer term, is that a possibility or not? I'm curious.
So I think this is quite premium because people find us like the sweet spot between the cheap papers, toxic plastics, expensive bamboos, and the boring, heavy traditional Chinaware, because my arm hurts every time at events. So we've positioned ourselves as premium, but if you're thinking about, if your question is directly, how do you reuse this a number of times? I will say this is a leaf, just like how it rains outside, and then the leaf turns black and molded. You have to be careful. So that's why I said it's okay to toss it to your pets, because we dog sit a lot and we would use these as like doggy bowls and just use it in the, but there's really not a point where you can like literally reuse them a number of times. But I will say we've gotten reviews where it says, I was able to reuse this a number of times, but we do not market ourselves
That
like
makes
reuse.
sense. Yeah.
Because we are here to give you convenience
Right.
and a classy look.
Okay. Thank you. Excellent. Jump in. Do another one.
How do you get your leaves? How do you get your leaves in bulk?
Great question. These are areca palm leaves, if you're wondering what kind of tree. This is areca, A-R-E-C-A. The purpose of the areca tree is to produce areca nut, which is used in the Asian countries, Middle Eastern, and they coat it with mint. So we are really addicted to those as a mouth freshener. It is a cottage farming of these palm trees. It takes 3 years all the way from a seedling to grow into a tree. The leaves just fall down, just like any other tree. And we gather the fallen leaves, and that's the process. It is a seasonal process of gathering those leaves on the ground, and then we store them, we dehumidify them, they go through a process. And they can be found in certain parts of the world, like India, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Brazil, Vietnam. I already said that.
So you have the leaves shipped to you?
No, the leaves are 4 feet, 5 feet, bulky. If they crack, you lose a lot of raw material. So I contract manufacture in India with our supplier vendors, because the pictures, I don't know if you saw the women workers, we want to make sure, I grew up in India. So that was my moment to give back to the community where I come from. And that was one way where I was like, you know what? I'm going to start sourcing this, manufacturing this in India because it is possible. I know the industry, I know the market, I have experience in warehousing, supply chain, and I can build robust relationships with these vendors. So we had one, today we have 4, and with our growth and expansion in USA, Canada, and in pipeline for Japan and Europe next year, we have a lineup of vendors in Thailand and Vietnam. Because the material and the quality of raw material is very different in every country. Even the grades of the leaf, the contouring on each leaf, it's very different. And the tier of leaves is very different. Thin, thick, thickest. So we really deal with premium quality.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pallavi Pandey with Detox. And now, this is the last pitch of the evening, so let's welcome to the stage Nancy Luna Jimenez and Melissa Miller, and they are going to be representing the Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation. Let's welcome them to the stage.
The Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation offers life-changing training and coaching programs, keynotes, and organizational consulting which promote healing-engaged leadership to build a more just and connected world for all. We serve executive-level female and BIPOC leaders in mission-driven organizations who are committed to making social impact. Legist is the first and only Afro-Latina-led micro-business in the Pacific Northwest and globally to exclusively focus on social justice and personal transformation through emotional healing. Our impact is more leaders engaged in our innovative healing practices with a community of support and enacting bolder, more effective leadership for social change.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Melissa Miller. I'm a 5'7" white woman wearing olive green dress, black leggings. I have brown hair, and I want to say hi to my 5-year-old son Miller, who's watching on the live stream.
I'm a 5'5" cinnamon colored skin Afro-Latina with brown shoulder length curly hair pulled back off my face. I'm wearing silver arrancadas jerezanas, amisacatecanas, hot pink frame glasses, a purple wash silk jacket, and black skirt. Good evening. My name is Nancy Luna Jimenez, and I'm the founder and president of the Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation, or also known as Legist. When I was 26 years old, I attended a workshop with the woman on the screen, this beautiful woman, Lillian Roybal Rose. I was passionate about social justice. I was also angry and very hurt by oppression. And at that workshop, Lillian introduced me to a healing practice that transformed me and my life's path. I traveled with her for the next 20 years. I learned everything she had to teach me. I committed to my own healing and I developed my craft. And 10 years ago, when she closed her consultancy, her client relationships seamlessly grew my business, seamlessly grew Legist. And while 30 years of relationships are the foundation of our business, I'm asking you for this impact pitch funding to grow our reach and deepen our impact. It will take 48 years for the representation of white women and women of color in senior leadership to reflect our share of the US population. And perhaps at no other time in history, women, and especially women of color leadership, can alter our future as a global community. The stakes are that high, and the need as yet unmet. Our target market makes significant investment in their leadership development. They spend between $5,000 and $50,000 annually, often prepared to pay out of pocket for these opportunities. Yet for this investment, they often get short-term strategies for career investment and often at a significant emotional, spiritual, and physical cost. We can do better for these leaders, and Legist does. A participant testified, "There's no leadership program like yours, trust me. I've been sent to many of them, and they're sorely lacking in what I need most." So what sets Legist apart? We offer a healing-engaged leadership framework for females, Indigenous, and people of color so we can authentically lead from a place of self-assurance, connection, and relationship. Legist is uniquely positioned to meet this need because we have both credibility, and longevity in a marketplace that has been gutted by Supreme Court decisions and political attacks, and glutted by a flood of recently laid off and fired practitioners. Logist is the only Afro-Latina-led leadership organization with a tested proprietary theory of change that begins with adultism, the training ground for all other oppressions. We have directly impacted the social and economic well-being of tens of thousands of people in more than 10 countries in creating a more just and healed world. This strategy was co-designed by my trusted thought partner, soulmate, Melissa Miller, also our vice president, and our growing diverse pool of female associates and committed male allies, whom you can see on this global map, make up our team of Logist lifers. The overwhelming response to our Transforming Women's Leadership Program, or TWLP, which we piloted this year, and our enthusiastic 65% return rate validates the market for what we uniquely offer. One participant wrote our company, Logist, into her portfolio for a $1.5 million grant over the next 3 years for us to create and pilot a one-of-a-kind Latina Leadership Fellowship for 40 early childhood educators based in our methods. With these grant funds and other income sources, our 3-year revenue projections are about $1 million. Payroll is our largest expense. We believe in paying and supporting our people well, and we maintain a low cost of goods. So that we're not limited by single source foundation funding or our current client community, we need a comprehensive marketing strategy to reach new customers, both by prioritizing keynotes. And we see keynotes both as a new revenue generating stream, and we also see it as a new client funnel for us. We've selected the Kite Rises, a micro business based in Portland, Oregon, to develop and implement this strategy with KPIs focused on conversions and sales. Winning this money will allow us to hire Hector and Sara, whose photos you can see here, both immigrants from Mexico, which means this money will have twice the impact by supporting 2 small Latina-owned businesses in this region. Gracias. Thank you.
Great presentation.
Gracias. Thank you.
So other than hiring that company to market your business, what is another market strategy that you use to bring in new customers?
Yeah, as Nancy mentioned, we're really focusing on keynotes right now. We're actually enrolled in a professional development program to increase our speakership, Nancy's speakership, including the pipeline and also the content of those keynotes. And part of that work is coaching to find the right keynotes to be at to find the right audience. So we're focusing on women's leadership organizations, associations, things like that, and also specifically for like Latinas and people of color leadership organizations, so that we can bring those leaders then into our programs like Women's Leadership Program, ideally into a coaching program with Nancy after that. And what we find is those leaders, after building that relationship, they then bring us in for those organizational contracts, which are really the foundation of our revenue stream, the largest income source we have.
Thank you. Great presentation.
Great question. So one, thank you all for the service you provide as a woman of color in a chief role, right, with not a lot of people around me who look like me and sometimes may not understand, right, what the challenges are of engagement sometimes. I think the service that you provide is wonderful. But I also want to know.
And I'd love to have you join one of our programs, and we can talk later about what that could look like. Because I just say, I feel you. I just feel you. I feel you. Deep breath, feel you.
Absolutely. So with that, look, I had to take a breath. I probably need some water for a second and pass my question on. But just thinking about your growth model, how do you extend your services? Do you offer memberships to people to continue to do things with you and get access to resources? And with those coaches, what's the value proposition of having that coaching experience?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so there's increasing demands on my time, which I'm one person and I can do so much. And so one of the things that we're hoping to do, well, 2 things I should say, with increasing the reach of keynote audiences, I actually have a book proposal out, which I'm shopping. So I'm trying to reach more of an audience that way, which doesn't address your coaching question, but I do want to name that also as a place for thought leadership and visibility. And then we're planning to launch in 2026, we didn't talk about it here, but an evergreen coaching program. So it'll be a place where people can drop in and get access to me. And as our community grows, that's what we're finding so much. We're using WhatsApp as an international platform, and the level of engagement that we're finding with the women, particularly women leaders that are going through our programs, are really drawn to that and using that. And we share everything from like kid pictures and dogs to like current struggles at work. It's just a place for us to be ourselves and truly authentic in a world where there's not a lot of places that's welcomed, and we feel like that's a safe thing for us.
I just want to add, one of our proprietary methods or the things that we teach is a practice of exchange of listening that requires a partnership. And so that's one of the skills we build with our women's leaders. So in addition to coaching with Nancy, we're also giving people this practice that they can do together and developing that community cohort. It's a really important part of the program. All of our coaching programs, except for the one-on-one, include a partner element that's guided with workbooks and videos and things like that. So they're really integrating the practice into their own work.
My goal is they never need to see me again eventually. That's the point, yeah.
That's awesome. And then just one more follow-up, you know, being in the conference world, that was my previous background. And I would experience, you know, you go to a conference and you get all fired up from hearing that speech. What do you do to make sure as a follow-up, people know how to take those things that they've heard and make them actionable when they return to work and need those safe spaces to exercise some of the things that they've learned?
That's a great question. I think we have a couple of call to actions that we always have available. So we have public virtual workshops that people can plug right into. So that's one place that we sort of capture the energy in that moment. Some folks are ready on the spot to hire us to bring us into the next keynote and then their organization. And then there's some women that really want to do the one-on-one development time with me. And so we do have a chance for them to sign up. And our hope is that the evergreen coaching becomes an instant place that people can just funnel right into that. We don't currently have that, so I want to acknowledge that, but we are aware that that is a need that we want to grow.
We are at time, but can I get 30 seconds both ways? No, these are great questions. Obviously, you're amazing, but personally, right? You can see your authenticity and all that thing. But how do you scale your business with just your time? Because I understand that as a business owner too, like I can't be Chris Bloomquist, 100 hours in a week. So how are you training or thinking about your replacement to scale, or is that a goal to maybe not?
So it's maybe not. We are focusing, I mentioned those high contract organizational consulting, which is a lot of time on Nancy, and we're trying to shift more to the evergreen coaching, the things that are a little bit more repeatable and scalable. The women's leadership program, for instance, we went from 20 last year to 40, but it doesn't impact the amount of time that Nancy needs, and we hope to add one more of those in 2026 based on the retreat venue. And that itself is a $100,000 program if we sell it out. Yeah.
Can I add one thing?
Sure. We've also launched Nancy's personal brand separate from Logist brand. So we do have kind of a future planning where if Nancy continues in another era as a keynote speaker, thought leader, writer, that we can make a decision about the business without Nancy's leadership disappearing.
And I'll say one last thing, and this might be controversial in this room, but we have a really amazing partner who's working. We're going to be working with her to create a vault of all of my IP, and then we're going to create an avatar of me so that people can coach with that knowledge in that base. Because people have been like, they want to create an app like, what would Nancy do? And I'm like, we can't create an app like that. So what could we do that could be helpful, that people could access that content? So
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you to Nancy Luna Jimenez and Melissa Miller with the Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation. And we want to thank all of our finalists because that was our final pitch. So let's give all of the folks who are pitching tonight, because it was a really brave thing that they did, a really big round of applause. And now a little bit of business. We're going to have our judges actually leave and spend the next 45 minutes doing the impossible task of figuring out what's going to happen here. We're going to ask everyone else to stay in their seats for just a minute while the judges do depart. And I also wanted to say that during this intermission, we're going to replay the marketing videos, which we are all going to vote on. There are 11 finalists, and you get to decide the winner. Voting is simple. You just scan the QR code. So when that comes up, you can get access to the Slido voting abilities. The poll will be open once you've actually seen all the 60-second videos. So that'll be a lot of fun. Make sure that you do that. So as we say goodbye to the judges, I also want to bring to the stage Audrey Davis, who has a word from some of our sponsors.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Audrey Davis. I'm a Black woman, gorgeous Black woman in a lovely tan hat with a black dress, just doing the monochrome very well. I have the honor of expressing our heartfelt gratitude to some of our individual sponsors who have generously supported what we do with Impact Pitch. As you all know, our sponsors, both big and small, really help us to continue the mission that we're doing here. And so our individual donor, we're giving a shout out to Ruben, Lori, Stefano from Theo's Euros, Patty, Lynn, Mark, Aiden, and Nicole. Thank you all so much. You can also be an individual donor. We'll thank you too later. And yeah, let's have an intermission. Thank you.
Bike Repair is a collectively owned shop specializing in repairing electric bikes for families and commuters and providing high-quality service for all bikes.
Our unique strength is our deep expertise in electric cargo bikes, backed by 59 years of combined bike repair experience.
Having worked together at G&O Family Cyclery, we have built a strong sense of trust in our community. We will fill the gap from G&O's closing by providing dependable service for cargo and electric family bikes.
By promoting sustainable transportation, we're helping reduce Seattle's carbon footprint and fostering a more bike-friendly community.
Hi, I'm Montana, and like many folks, I'm overwhelmed by adulthood. It often feels like navigating a dense fog, full of uncertainty and hidden obstacles. That's why I created Ruminate. We're the guiding light cutting through that fog, offering clear, reflective, and research-backed advice for every step of the journey. By peers for peers, our information is relevant and adapts as quickly as life does. We're especially focused on supporting underrepresented and first-generation college student individuals who often face larger opportunity gaps in navigating the complexities of adulthood. From landing your first job to managing your finances, Ruminate empowers you to forge your own path. We're turning uncertainty into confidence, one young adult at a time.
As a tactical vehicle instructor in the United States Marine Corps, I sought to find my community and settled into Liberty Lake, Washington. I recognized the need for an in-person driving school that could not only teach strong foundational skills, but also address the unique challenges of today's driving technologies. At Above Par School of Driving, we cater to a diverse population, offering services for everyone from novice drivers to the elderly and disabled, with full Spanish services available. Our goal is to create a safe, supportive, interactive environment where all learners can thrive and navigate the roads confidently. By focusing on individual learning styles and community needs, we're preparing the next generation of safe drivers, one lesson at a time.
Brew Tea provides tea drink inspired by traditional tea beverages worldwide to foster mutual learning and bridge cultural differences. Brew Tea is targeted towards men and women in their late 20s and 40s, travel conscious, with curious mind and taste palate. Our tea bags can be conveniently consumed, hot or cold, anywhere and anytime. Our goal is to bring people together by encouraging them to share stories about their memories with tea and potentially sell those memories as exclusive tea flavors to share with others. Brew Tea, let the tea route take you.
In America, Food quality is often compromised by heavily processed options. At Palmyra, we offer healthier alternatives to diverse communities, families, immigrants missing home, busy professionals, and food-conscious individuals who are seeking fresh, authentic Syrian meals. By preparing family recipes of Syria and building connections through the love of healthier and delicious food, we make our impact not only by sourcing ingredients from local suppliers, but also by connecting with diverse audiences like Muslims and minorities lacking access to food that reminds them of their homeland, and creating an inclusive space where everyone feels welcome to enjoy authentic meals, promoting a healthier, more connected, and environmentally conscious community.
Did you know that having a friend to connect with is the key to success in school and work? Many autistic and neurodivergent children and young adults struggle with connection, impacting their ability to make friends, learn, and grow. Everyone needs and deserves a friend. Hi, I'm Dory Babcock, founder of Valiant Health Solutions and a proud member of the neurodivergent community. Our goal is to empower young people with the skills to build healthy, fulfilling social lives. Our neurodiversity affirming approach honors identity and is proven to work. We offer classes, events, and meetups that support health, learning, and communication. Our services transform lives, helping young adults build lasting relationships, improve emotional well-being, and support their independence in living their best life.
My name is Katherine Anderson, and I'm representing Caribbean Spice. We are a family-owned and operated specialty grocery store located in Portland, Oregon. After immigrating from the islands, my parents were determined to build community and education about the foods and traditions of our culture in Oregon and in the Northwest. For my brother and I, it is our mission to continue serving local residents and restaurants with high-quality ingredients and highlight the cuisine and traditions of the diaspora for generations to come. Thank you.
Welcome to the House of Lotus, Lotus Jiu-Jitsu Seattle. We are a community-focused jiu-jitsu academy located in the south end of Seattle. We offer martial arts classes for children, women, and adults with a focus on inclusivity and fitness equity. We provide small classes with black belt instruction 6 days a week. What sets us apart is our commitment to serving underrepresented communities, including neurodivergent individuals, with tailored instruction rarely found in the industry. As a woman and Latino-owned academy, we offer instruction in English and Spanish and support those who prefer to train by gender. Jiu-Jitsu is proven to promote mindfulness and helps address anxiety and mental health, filling a vital gap in our community.
Did you know that the average company can lose up to 20 to 30% of your annual profitability due to supply chain inefficiencies? This includes losses from delays, inaccurate demand forecasting, overstocking, understocking, and poor transportation management. At ASCII, we're here to be your expert supply chain partner. We pride ourselves in strong partnerships between leadership and employees and with our customers. This allows us to proactively identify potential gaps in your supply chain that you might not even know are there. It also helps us to develop our employees so that you can get the best partners possible.
Do you ever wonder about the amount of plastics created at parties? I am Pallavi Pandey, the owner at Detox Tableware, where I'm the mompreneur who rescues fallen palm leaves and give them one more use to create these sustainable tableware dishes like charcuterie boards, plates, bowls, spoons, straws, etc., for homes and events for consumers looking for better alternatives than cheap paper, toxic plastic, and expensive bamboo. We make 100% sustainable, sturdy, single-use tableware from fallen palm leaves with our women workers in India to keep away from landfills and provide the consumer with a better alternative.
The Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation offers life-changing training and coaching programs, keynotes, and organizational consulting, which promote healing-engaged leadership to build a more just and connected world for all. We serve executive-level female and BIPOC leaders in mission-driven organizations who are committed to making social impact. The Gist is the first and only Afro-Latina-led micro-business in the Pacific Northwest and globally to exclusively focus on social justice and personal transformation through emotional healing. Our impact is more leaders engaged in our innovative healing practices with a community of support and enacting bolder, more effective leadership for social change.
Bike Repair is a collectively owned shop specializing in repairing electric bikes for families and commuters and providing high-quality service for all bikes.
Our unique strength is our deep expertise in electric cargo bikes, backed by 59 years of combined bike repair experience.
Having worked together at G&O Family Cyclery, we have built a strong sense of trust in our community. We will fill the gap from G&O's closing by providing dependable service for cargo and electric family bikes.
By promoting sustainable transportation, we're helping reduce Seattle's carbon footprint and fostering a more bike-friendly community.
Hi, I'm Montana, and like many folks, I'm overwhelmed by adulthood. It often feels like navigating a dense fog, full of uncertainty and hidden obstacles. That's why I created Ruminate. We're the guiding light cutting through that fog, offering clear, reflective, and research-backed advice for every step of the journey. By peers for peers, our information is relevant and adapts as quickly as life does. We're especially focused on supporting underrepresented and first-generation college student individuals who often face larger opportunity gaps in navigating the complexities of adulthood. From landing your first job to managing your finances, Ruminate empowers you to forge your own path. We're turning uncertainty into confidence, one young adult at a time.
As a tactical vehicle instructor in the United States Marine Corps, I sought to find my community and settled into Liberty Lake, Washington. I recognized the need for an in-person driving school that could not only teach strong foundational skills, but also address the unique challenges of today's driving technologies. At Above Par School of Driving, we cater to a diverse population, offering services for everyone from novice drivers to the elderly and disabled, with full Spanish services available. Our goal is to create a safe, supportive, interactive environment where all learners can thrive and navigate the roads confidently. By focusing on individual learning styles and community needs, we're preparing the next generation of safe drivers, one lesson at a time.
Brew Tea provides tea drink inspired by traditional tea beverages worldwide to foster mutual learning and bridge cultural differences. Brew Tea is targeted towards men and women in their late 20s and 40s, travel conscious, with curious mind and taste palate. Our tea bags can be conveniently consumed, hot or cold, anywhere and anytime. Our goal is to bring people together by encouraging them to share stories about their memories with tea and potentially sell those memories as exclusive tea flavors to share with others. Brew Tea, let the tea route take you.
In America, food quality is often compromised by heavily processed options. At Palmyra, we offer healthier alternatives to diverse communities, families, immigrants missing home, busy professionals, and food-conscious individuals who are seeking fresh, authentic Syrian meals. By preparing family recipes of Syria and building connections through the love of healthier and delicious food, we make our impact not only by sourcing ingredients from local suppliers, but also by connecting with diverse audiences like Muslims and minorities lacking access to food that reminds them of their homeland, and creating an inclusive space where everyone feels welcome to enjoy authentic meals, promoting a healthier, more connected, and environmentally conscious community.
Did you know that having a friend to connect with is the key to success in school and work? Many autistic and neurodivergent children and young adults struggle with connection, impacting their ability to make friends, learn, and grow. Everyone needs and deserves a friend. Hi, I'm Dory Babcock, founder of Valiant Health Solutions and a proud member of the neurodivergent community. Our goal is to empower young people with the skills to build healthy, fulfilling social lives. Our neurodiversity-affirming approach honors identity and is proven to work. We offer classes, events, and meetups that support health, learning, and communication. Our services transform lives, helping young adults build lasting relationships, improve emotional well-being, and support their independence in living their best life.
My name is Catherine Anderson, and I am representing Caribbean Spice. We are a family-owned and operated specialty grocery store located in Portland, Oregon. After immigrating from the islands, my parents were determined to build community and education about the foods and traditions of our culture in Oregon and in the Northwest. For my brother and I, it is our mission to continue serving local residents and restaurants with high-quality ingredients and highlight the cuisine and traditions of the diaspora for generations to come. Thank you.
Welcome to the House of Lotus, Lotus Jiu-Jitsu Seattle. We are a community-focused jiu-jitsu academy located in the south end of Seattle. We offer martial arts classes for children, women, and adults with a focus on inclusivity and fitness equity. We provide small classes with black belt instruction 6 days a week. What sets us apart is our commitment to serving underrepresented communities, including neurodivergent individuals, with tailored instruction rarely found in the industry. As a woman and Latino-owned academy, we offer instruction in English and Spanish and support those who prefer to train by gender. Jiu-Jitsu is proven to promote mindfulness and helps address anxiety and mental health, filling a vital gap in our community.
Did you know that the average company can lose up to 20 to 30% of your annual profitability due to supply chain inefficiencies? This includes losses from delays, inaccurate demand forecasting, overstocking, understocking, and poor transportation management. At ASCII, we're here to be your expert supply chain partner. We pride ourselves in strong partnerships between leadership and employees and with our customers. This allows us to proactively identify potential gaps in your supply chain that you might not even know are there. It also helps us to develop our employees so that you can get the best partners possible.
Do you ever wonder about the amount of plastics created at parties? I am Pallavi Pandey, the owner at Detox Tableware, where I'm the mompreneur who rescues fallen palm leaves and give them one more use to create these sustainable tableware dishes like charcuterie boards, plates, bowls, spoons, straws, etc., for homes and events for consumers looking for better alternatives than cheap paper, toxic plastic, and expensive bamboo. We make 100% sustainable, sturdy, single-use tableware from fallen palm leaves with our women workers in India to keep away from landfills and provide the consumer with a better alternative.
The Luna Jimenez Institute for Social Transformation offers life-changing training and coaching programs, keynotes, and organizational consulting, which promote healing-engaged leadership to build a more just and connected world for all. We serve executive-level female and BIPOC leaders in mission-driven organizations who are committed to making social impact. The Gist is the first and only Afro-Latina-led micro-business in the Pacific Northwest and globally to exclusively focus on social justice and personal transformation through emotional healing. Our impact is more leaders engaged in our innovative healing practices with a community of support and enacting bolder, more effective leadership for social change.
I love that there was a hush and everyone was like, we know what this means. Welcome back from intermission. Such a fun time to get to mingle and talk, see old and new friends. We really are appreciative of your time this evening. Judges, thank you. We know what you just did was impossible, honestly. So let's give them a round of applause. So it's almost time for us to hear the winners of Impact Pitch 2024. But first, we want to introduce someone who's incredibly key to this organization and has been for a while. A dear friend of mine, an amazing human being, Mr. Joe Sky Tucker, President and CEO at Business Impact Northwest, to say a few words.
All right, thank you all again. My name is Joe Sky Tucker. I'm a 5'10" white male wearing a black blazer and a tie. I think for my, and I also want to shout out my shoes because these are blue suede wingtips that are uncomfortable, but they are beautiful. So sometimes you have to suffer for fashion. I think my Halloween costume this year is a CEO that can dress fancy because usually I'm in a hoodie, if I can at all make an excuse for that. I want to thank Travis Mayfield for being our MC, the host with the most, often imitated, never duplicated. So let's give it up for Travis. Thank you. I also want to have, there's a somber moment for me right now. I want to honor a colleague of ours that we lost at Business Impact Northwest this year, Roland Chaitan, and he loved this event. He'd been with the organization for over 20 years, our longest tenured staff, and passed away due to colon cancer. And so I just want to honor his memory here. I really learned so much from him, and for all the staff members that got to work with him, know what a special person he was and how integral he was to our organization. So thank you for letting me take a moment to honor him on this stage. So I'm going to pivot hard into my prepared remarks, so forgive the somber moment at the beginning of this and just kind of understand that this is going to be a harder left turn than it probably should have been. When I get to come up here, mainly my job is to thank people and thank our sponsors because we wouldn't be able to put this on without them. We give away over $36,000 through this event, and without our sponsors, we would not be able to do that. So I'm going to ask you to hold your applause because it's a long list, and if we applaud after every single sponsor that I read, we'll be here for like another hour, but I want to thank them so much, and key to that is Harborstone Credit Union, our title sponsor. For 9 years has been the title sponsor of this event, so we can give them a round of applause, but then we'll hold it for everyone else. We have our full event sponsors, which are Amazon, First Security Bank, Washington Federal Bank, Beneficial State Bank, lots of banks in the audience, thank you. Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines, Sound Credit Union, Hummingbird Marketing Services, TaxUSign, and Adobe. Thank you all for our full event sponsors. We have our sustaining sponsors, which are BECU, the SBA, the USDA, Sound Credit Union, Washington State Employees Credit Union, Umpqua Bank, Harborstone, again, Credit Union, and Verity Credit Union. So let's give them a round of applause. And lastly, our in-kind sponsors. So Imperial Lake Union will host corporate events. So if you are looking for a place to host your corporate event, they will hook you up. Great food, as you know, great service. And former employee, one of our most integral employees, is actually the owner of this place. She left us this year to be able to run this business full-time. And for those who know, the key milestone of being able to leave your job to work full-time in your business is so critical. So while I desperately miss working with Danielle, I'm also very proud of her and the work that she's done here. Live Oak Audio Visual, who is helping us live stream this across the world. This is international, probably. And Clark Rowan Photography. Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to thank the judges for having the probably Sophie's choice of what they had to do to pick winners here. I also want to say that every business that makes this stage walks away with $1,000 no matter what, guaranteed. And the other piece that I want to just kind of highlight around is, while this is kind of the culmination of a lot of work that they have put in over months and months, tomorrow they have to get up and run their businesses. It doesn't end here for them. So that's really important to remember. So if we want to support them beyond winning the money, which is nice, the most important piece for me is that we honor and work with them so that they can be more successful businesses. Because it's a lonely job being an entrepreneur mostly. You're on your own, you don't have a lot of support. And so we want to make sure that you understand that this is not just this moment. While it's important and the money is going to be great, this is a drop in the bucket to what their potential is. I'm looking at my notes because I'm all over the place as usual. I want to mention something before we kind of go into the final pieces of this. And I know we're in a stressful moment and I have your attention. And so I think what I want to express is that it's important to take time for yourselves, take time with those that you love. And if you, in this political environment, you might want to look away. I feel that deeply at moments. And if you feel that and feel like you can look away, that is when you have to turn towards it the most, because you have a privilege of being able to look away. There are many people in this room, the businesses that we serve, the friends and loved ones that can't look away because their lives are on the line. And so take this moment and embrace it and look towards it. Don't look away, even though it's hard, because these are the moments that make us. I don't care where you fall on the political spectrum, but we can all work together. And if we look away, we are doing a disservice to those who can't and don't have the ability to. And as we see from these businesses, it's personal. These are their lives on the line that they're putting out every day to feed their families and support them. And so it is our honor and our responsibility to work with them and walk with those who can't and don't have the opportunity to look away from this moment. I was really struck by the emotion tonight that we saw from our businesses. And that's what makes it so hard to bring forward a winner, because they're all amazing businesses. So what I want to do is just give them all a big round of applause for all the work that they've done to get here. And if you ever want to be empowered and feel the beauty of the American dream, talk to an immigrant-owned business. They come here for this reason. And so this is why we do this event, to highlight these businesses, the businesses that don't get to have a pitch competition usually. So we like to say internally, this is a pitch competition that an accountant could win, because we want it to be mom and pop businesses. These are the businesses, and you saw the diversity of sector and of just experience and kind of business all over this, and that's intentional on our part. So I want to shout out our amazing staff that we have, and the other judges that helped get to this point, because the work that goes behind this is significant. And so a big round of applause. See someone with the Business Impact Northwest tag. This is for you all. Thank you. It's pretty easy to lead this organization when you just hire great people and let them do great things. So with that, I've gone way over my time, but I feel like I can put that into just I can pull that card because I'm the CEO. So sorry, everyone. I also know I have your full attention because I'm standing between you and the winners. And so before we get to that, I'm going to bring Mark Minichello, the VP of Community Development from Harborstone Credit Union, out here to say a few words, and then big checks are happening. So get ready.
All right, I've been deleting stuff the longer that Joe's gone on. So good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Minichello, Vice President of Community Development at Harborstone Credit Union. I'm a white male, 5'10". I'm wearing a blue suit, white shirt, yellow tie, and my pronouns are he, him. Harborstone is a strong supporter of Business Impact Northwest, mostly behind the scenes, but Impact Pitch is a way that we can help promote their mission in action, providing some prize money and encouragement as our presenting sponsor. It's a terrific way to showcase what Business Impact Northwest does and the hard work that goes into launching and growing a business. As we've heard tonight, small businesses are the lifeblood of our economy and our communities, and Impact Pitch is just a wonderful celebration of everything that our two organizations work so hard to achieve. We're hopeful that the prize money can help in some small way get those winning businesses established or to grow a bit. And we're even more hopeful that those businesses that did not win tonight still receive some knowledge and maybe some contacts from the competition that might benefit them in other ways. So let's give away the awards.
And the winner for early stage and idea phase business is Ruminate. Where's Ruminate? All right. I'm debating how long I want to hold the moment just to keep you on the edge of your seats. And I'm sure they're shooting daggers at me. So the winner for early stage business is Valiant Health Solutions. And in what was probably the most competitive category, the established business category, the winner is Detox. Apparently walking down the world's longest hallway. And our last award will be for the best marketing video, but I have to say, if you got a big check, don't go anywhere. We've got lots of pictures. Judges, don't go anywhere either. We got to take pictures with you all too. And the winner is House of Lotus. I'm going to turn it over to Travis for some closing remarks. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, everyone. It has been such a joyful evening. Congratulations to the winners this evening. If you'd like to read more about the finalists, about the winners, businessimpactnw.org. You can also join the mailing list. Please do that. And of course, you can still donate. We really appreciate those things. And as Joe said, please, all winners, sponsors, judges, Joe as well, please stick around. We want to take some pictures. But in the meantime, have a lovely evening and congratulations to everyone tonight.